Today we're rating some amazing custom Magic the Gathering cards. The creativity of the community. Are they good enough to make cards for Wizards of the Coast? We're going to find out today. We're going to start off with Selfie, the Arc Primordial. This is a 1-mana 1/1 legendary creature shapeshifter. It's got Changeling. It's good. It's coming out just the right time for that Lorwyn Eclipse set. Now for WUBRG, creatures you control gain Changeling and Trample until end of turn. Now, why would they want to do that? So this is like, I guess... hold on. How does this bend? Where would you put this type of card? I assume it is... could be in one of those smorgasbord decks. You got a little bit of elves, you got a little bit of dwarves, you got a little bit of merfolk, a little bit of wizards, the Kithkin, the goblins. Get all the kings, get all the lords out. Goblin King, Elvish Champion, Lord of Atlantis, and you play Selfie, and basically they're all going to buff themselves. You have Forest Walk, Mountain Walk, and Island Walk all at the same time. I mean, the card doesn't look like it's going to harm anything. It's always layers. I don't think the changelings work here because of layers. I am not a level 10 judge to judge whether this is allowed to work or not. But I'm going to say, at least from my perspective, it is right. If anyone knows the rules better than me, you can always let us all know in the comment section below if it doesn't work at all. Slivers crossed with elves? Absolutely. That's what I mean, that's just the essence of the changelings in general. All right, we have a super chat that was donated way ahead of time by Zeke, who donated during an AI stream by accident. It's not the first, second, third time it's ever happened. It's sort of weird when it happens, but it happens. But don't worry, I'm not going to forget your super chat. Altar of the Nephilim. This is a 4-mana artifact. Sacrifice a non-token creature. For each of that creature's colors, add 1 mana of that color. That sounds like a banger card. That sounds like an absolute banger. Oh, do you have an incentive here, Bacon Kappa? Can you sort by hot? Okay, I can take a look at it. So anyway, the Altar of the Nephilim is I mean, it's an altar that's going to sack for mana, but now you can sacrifice your Sliver Queen for 5 for WUBRG mana if you need to. You can sacrifice your Omnath for 4 mana. It's basically definitely a way of sacrificing for way more mana, but not just colorless mana like the other altars. You're going to get colored mana out of it, which makes it a lot easier to cast your creatures. I mean, so what's the downside to this, right? There'd be like, you could maybe play your entire hand of ETBs. So like, okay, I play Omnath, get an ETB out of it, but then I'm going to sacrifice it so I can play another creature with a similar mana cost, sacrifice that. I mean, basically, you might be able to empty your entire hand on 1 turn. You can sack your Thopter and Memnites for WUBRG if you have Leyline of the Guild Pact. For each of that creature's colors, add... Oh, you're right! That's fascinating. Leyline of the Guild Pact, we're already making combos out of this card. Very, very nice. Now, for anyone that loves the bingo card, and you're going to want to, especially when you're on a custom card show, here's the bingo card. Take a screenshot of it, and if any of these apply to a card, at least, sorry, 1 of these we can cross off on the bingo card. And for each line that we create, every bingo, we're gonna give a freebie to the freebie section. But before we go that, we go to literally the freebie section. Okay, hold on. So there is we're gonna mark by hot. How hot is it? Okay, we have perfect balance. It's part of the best and it's part of the hottest. Instant. If this card is in your starting deck, you may begin the game with it on the stack. And in brackets, it says it works. All right, we're just going to have to trust you on that one. Choose a player at random. That player wins the game. What is the point of this card? It danger. I think it danger. Look at that. I'm already going to label that on the it danger free space. That is insane. It's basically turning the game into just pure luck. Pure chance if this card is in your starting deck. Do you know what? To be honest, I don't think that works. But we're just gonna have to take their word for it. Perfectly balanced. Everyone has a 50% chance to win. No, that's not how that works. Depending on how many people are at the table, your chances of winning go down. So if there's 4 players at the table, your chances of winning are just 25%. But then, like, it defeats the purpose of just even making a deck and playing a game. I imagine whoever, like, if this card is in your starting deck, you may begin the game with it on the stack. So basically, you can have a deck of a billion islands, just a bunch of islands and one perfect balance. Put it on the stack at the beginning of the game, and then they just kick you out. Anyway, definitely this is completely broken and is worthless. Just run Force of Will. I don't even think it's worth pitching to. Oh no, okay, you're right. You might actually have something to it. If they're playing the deck of like a million islands and perfect balance, then that's totally fine. I think that would actually work. You Force of Will, and then they're very much probably just a lame duck, and they're probably going to lose that game unless you throw this in a deck that actually perfectly can function. There's another thing though, like it thins your deck. So instead of playing like in a commander game, instead of having a 99 card deck, you now have like a 98 card deck. You force people to use their counter magic to prevent the game from being won randomly on the spot. This card is basically Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even know if Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a type of card like that. Like, that's pretty extreme even for Yu-Gi-Oh! Garbage. Pure, absolute garbage. All right, time to get back to the super chats. We've got Bacon Catbug. Thank you very much for the super chat, Bacon Catbug. Loot's Box. So you can join my Discord, everybody, and when you join the Discord, you can post cards, give it a title, and then you super chat. Give me the name of the title of your post, which in this case is Loot's Box. I look it up, and when I look it up, I can present it to everybody. Wanted to not have add colorless, but 1 out of 32 chance to brick is not something Wizards of the Coast would do. They sort of did, you know, like they had those D&D cards where there was like a D20, 1 out of 20 you could brick, or you did something amazing. Okay, we have a land. As long as this card is in a library or a graveyard, it's not a land. As long as this card is in a library. What does that mean? It can go into somebody else's library? As this land enters, flip 5 coins, then choose a basic land type for each flip you win. This land has the chosen land types, tapped out of colorless. So you can't tutor it? No, but what... Shouldn't it just be said, as long as this card is in your library? Because what other library could it possibly be in? Like, you can't play the game in a library. No, I'm just saying, like, it can't be played if you own the card. It can't be put into somebody else's library. It's impossible. It defies the laws of Magic the Gathering physics. Zeke says, thank you, Nikachu, for showing my custom card. I'm glad you like it. Figured it was balanced since it's 1 mana more than Phyrexian Altar and only sacks non-tokens. That's correct. And actually, it has some combo potential, like Pedgeman said, the old Leyline of the Guild Pact combo. Flipping coins like Pokemon. Yeah, we got it. We're gonna make coin flipping fashionable, just like Pokemon did. I don't know if anyone played Pokemon like 30 years ago. I did. Those coins were not balanced, all right? Heads came up more often than tails. They gave you a little coin. A small typo, nothing hard. That wasn't a typo. That was on purpose. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, it should just say you're a library. So the land enters, you flip 5 coins, then choose a basic land type for each flip that you win. That is weird. This land has the chosen land types, but whatever. Okay, I have no idea. So basically, this is at least a dual land, probably. Probabilistically. Based on probability, we're going to be rolling that dice, and they probably are going to let us have 2 random colors. Okay, so first off, this is completely legal. This is totally fine. I think it will screw you. Like, what if this is your only land in hand? And... I see. Oh, I see. No, it can't screw you. So it's whatever you want it to be. No, okay, this actually works out really well. So if you want green, you win at least 1 coin flip. You got your green mana to play your Birds of Paradise on turn 1. In fairness, you can't tutor at all with land tutors, so it's fair. So what is it's not a land in the deck, but it's land on the battlefield. Isn't this really good in Domain Zoo? No, actually, because a lot of Domain Zoo decks are going to count the land types that you have on the battlefield, and this actually doesn't account for any land types, so it's actually quite balanced in that way. It's good for fixing mana, but it's not good for fetching. It's already hard to fetch because like it's not a land in the deck, but even if you could fetch it, it doesn't matter. It's still not a swamp, island, plains, forest, whatever. And it's not those land types. You know, then choose a basic land type. This land, oh sorry, it has the chosen types. Okay, so this, you know, I thought it was actually just gaining the ability to tap for those that mana. No, you are correct. It is going to be amazing. It's going to be good in Domain Zoo. It's not all land types, but it's definitely going to be good. Look at how far, 10 minutes in the show, already embarrassed myself. We need a thing of Nikachu embarrasses himself by misinterpreting the card square, because that'll be golden. It's almost guaranteed going to happen in the show. Yeah, he gains the land types. Okay, before I go, say this is a great card. Fantastic card. Nothing wrong with that. Moving on to the freebie section, we got a god card for Yawgmoth called Yawgmoth God Complete. This is a what is this? Six mana for a 4/6 legendary enchantment god. It's indestructible. What is Yawgmoth a god now? When did that happen? As long as your devotion to Phyrexia is less than 5, Yawgmoth isn't a creature. Your devotion to Phyrexia? What does that even mean? Each Phyrexian mana in the mana cost of perms you control counts towards your devotion to Phyrexia. This one doesn't have any. Unlike other gods, like every other god in the game will have at least, you know, like 1 pip, maybe 2 pips. He was never a god. He should have Phyrexia. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this would be the first god that doesn't add devotion to himself. So if it's less than 5, isn't a creature. Other creatures you control have infect. That's already pretty brutal. Like, what do you need this thing even a creature? Like, you got everything. Other creatures you control have infect, and you can proliferate for 4 mana. It's almost like a 1-card winning machine. I guess the problem is, yeah, he doesn't even he doesn't believe in himself. Poor Yawgmoth. A very humble god, says Noise Marrow. It's very funny. He should have Phyrexian mana as god. At least 1. What kind of god is this? You know what it should be? It should be like, as long as your devotion is less than 8, Yawgmoth isn't a creature, and you can pay 3 Phyrexian just to get this thing onto the battlefield. It probably wouldn't be broken either. I don't think. I mean, maybe it will. Hold on. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, if this was like 3 Phyrexian and 3 generic, maybe it's broken in like a prowess deck that would, like, you know, like Slick Shot Showdown, and on the turn that you plot a Slick Shot on turn 2, then you play the Slick Shot on turn 3, and then you play your Yawgmoth God Complete, and I don't know, rattle off a bunch of instant spells to like kill your opponent to death. I could see that happening. Z-Man Vitter asking the real questions. Is complete a word? It is in Magic the Gathering. It is. I know, I got confused too. Like, that's not how you spell complete. Because when you get this completed, the Phyrexian completed, that's when, you know, they've meshed organic matter and machine at the same time. Yeah, transformed into the Phyrexian. Which is fine for the Phyrexians. You become part of the Borg, essentially. Okay, we have another 5. I'm assuming this card is fine. It's a janky, expensive mana cost. We got Maturo with Jorgan, the Eternal Warden. Let's look at Eternal Warden. So we're going to take a look at Jordan, the Eternal Warden, but we do have to take some time to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. Today's sponsor, also my favorite sponsor, deal of the week, 15% off all original Lorwyn singles. You love making custom Magic the Gathering cards. You also like making custom Magic the Gathering decks using the real cards. And no better place to get those cards than at FusionGamingOnline.com. You can get old Lorwyn cards and get the new Lorwyn cards at one place. Hot singles in your area. can be shipped to your area. And don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though, to get 5% off all your purchases. And also, it supports the channel. And there's nothing better than supporting the channel. I also really appreciate it. Okay, back to our wonderful Jorgan. The Eternal Warden. It's a 2-mana 2/2 Spirit Advisor. Whenever a clue token you control leaves the battlefield or you investigate, you may suspect target creature. That's an interesting wording. So basically, when you investigate, you're going to get the clue token, so that triggers. And then when you use the clue token, you get a second trigger. So you suspect a creature twice. I've never actually seen... I think this is the first time ever somebody's combined like a trigger where you're getting the token and using the token at the same time. Usually trigger you get, trigger when it leaves. Now we get a little bit of both. Now for 3 mana, if a suspected creature would leave the battlefield this turn, exile it instead. Then return the creature to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. I have no idea what the ramifications of this card is. It's Orzhov. So basically, whenever we make clues, we can suspect creatures, and they're borderline indestructible this turn. If they die for any reason, is there anything like where when something enters the battlefield, you make a clue token or investigate? I'm just wondering that, like, because you could. Oh no, but you need more mana. I was thinking you sack the creature to say an altar, and then it comes back, and then maybe it triggers a clue, which then suspects the card again. If a suspected creature... Would this just work? If you activate this once, does it work on all creatures that would be played afterwards? If a suspected creature would leave the battlefield this turn, exile it instead. I'm assuming it would work afterwards. You suspect opponent's creatures? Okay. What does suspect do? I'm going to create my own bingo card, and it's just filled up with just how many times I look stupid. Labels is a keyword. Labels a creature as suspected, giving it both a benefit, menace, making it hard to block, and a drawback. Can you suspect your own creature? Yes, because it's a not the next one. Unlock says, it feels like it would make a toxic commander deck. Well, that's the idea. This is a very suspicious commander deck. Welcome, Majra. It says target, not you control. Yeah, that's how I interpret it. But, I mean, to be honest, I still don't remember what suspect does. So it just gives the card menace. And what else? A creature remains suspected until it leaves the battlefield or an effect removes the status. Interesting. Well, just say it gains menace then. Such a weird thing. Midowishance. You can suspect your own or an enemy creature, both of which can be beneficial with certain cards. Anyone can be a suspect. There's been a murder, and you're a suspect. What's his name from The Office said, oh, don't worry, boss, I'll be right back. And then he leaves. It was the old guy, the old creepy guy. Some cards depend on if you control suspected creatures. So we're building around the card. All right, this card works for me. It works for me, and it looks like it has a lot of... I swear, it's probably going to have synergy with some sort of sack outlet. I can't be right. I can't be certain. It's a bit weird, though. If something's suspected, then it has menace. If it has menace, it's harder for it to die, except for, like, I guess, actual removal or something. But it can't block? Oh, that's okay. Well, it's not planning on blocking anyhow. Okay, we go back to the freebie section. Made in Heaven is a 5-mana 3/5 avatar. Flash. You may only cast this spell if your life total is prime. And the greater prime and greater than your starting life total. 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, and 47 are all prime. No. You have to give me all the way up to a bazillion. At the beginning of your upkeep, if it is not an extra turn, take an extra turn after this one. I'm disqualifying this card. This is awful. This is just a brutal card. Keeping track of this card is dumb. You can only cast the spell if your life total is prime. Like, how can anyone verify that? Look, I can't count pi beyond 3.14. How do I know, like, what prime numbers there are when we get into, like, the 200s? Are you going to make me factor everything out? It's like 247. Is it prime or no? Is it prime or is it made in heaven time? Bro, one card extra turn combo. Exactly. I mean, it's broken. It's also broke. We're gonna Google it. What if we're okay? Look, unlocked. What if we're in the cabin in the middle of nowhere, no cellular service, no Starlink? How are we gonna do it? How are you gonna do it? We need a mathematician on board. And by the way, maybe you can find the prime number in a 247. But what if the number gets stupid large, like 100 bazillion, 256 million, you know, and so on? Use the sieve method. Sieve method is not going to work for very big numbers. Do the math. Can any other number be divided into their life total or not? Made in heaven is a mess like Nadu. Agreed. Wow, I've never actually disqualified so many custom cards so quickly. It's heinous. It's too broken. All right, next. Do we have any we don't have any small super chats. Just one more from Bacon Catbug. All right, Bacon Catbug. Sever the thread. Oh, we got 400.8. Oh god, I don't know what the rules are. If an object in the exile zone is exiled, why would that even happen? It doesn't change zones because it becomes a new object that has just been exiled. That is just weird. I don't understand a situation where that would ever happen, really. Okay, for a white, we have Sever the Thread, an instant. Choose one. Exile all graveyards. Exile all exiled cards. What does that even do? Removal counters from those cards. Oh, I see. So... oh, you want to interact with suspend cards. So suspended cards that have counters on them. And it would basically counter them. Because for suspend cards, to trigger the cast, you have to remove a counter from it. And if you can't remove a counter from a suspended card, then you will never it will never trigger the cast part of it. That's fascinating. You can entwine for a white or 2 generic. You can also cycle for 2. It does a lot of stuff. Messes with red impulse draw. Exile. When you have priority, I guess. That's interesting. This unlinks plotted cards, oblivion ringed cards, foretold cards, suspended cards. That's interesting. That's actually really interesting. So it's like removal for exiled removal. Would work with rebound as well. I guess so. It's like, so basically if something was, but I don't know about that. Okay, hold on. Some cards, so it just like removes it from the exile zone and then re-puts it in the exile zone, but for a different purpose. So it doesn't trigger its triggers. It kills the rebound cards too. If it does all that stuff, this is an amazing card. One of the most original ways of janking the rules I've ever seen on this show. Wait, when the last time counter is removed, the card is cast, right? Only on the when it triggers. So there's a suspend trigger. Oh, hold on. Wait. You might be right. Hold on. How does suspend exactly work? Okay, because there's 2 triggers. There's like a suspend trigger. You actually might be right. Maybe it just casts the card instantaneously. I need to find a suspend card. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter. When the last is removed, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. You know what? You might be right. You might be right. Maybe it actually instantly casts suspend cards. No, the card exile. Oh yeah, we're not. Sorry, you're correct. Okay. Yeah, we're not removing counters. We're not technically removing the counters from suspend cards. We're just taking a card that is exiled with suspend counters and blinking it into exile as if it was never suspended in the first place. Yeah, if a card loses counters like this, it doesn't count as removing them. Yeah, that's correct. So this is where I just realized. Counters on an object are not retained if that object moves from one zone to another. So it's just weird the way it's worded here. Remove all counters from those cards. It almost sounds like that is that is what happens to exiled cards. But no, you're just you're basically blinking the card in exile. Cool card. Okay, back to the freebie section. How many cards are we gonna like disqualify today? Diogenes of Sinope. Who the hell is that? It's a 2-mana 0/2 human advisor. Here is Plato's Man. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may behold another human. If you do, create a 0/1 white bird creature token. Behold, my bird. Stand a little out of my sun. Tap, add white. Spend this mana only to cast a legendary creature spell. I don't know what the hell. What is the soul of this? It's a Greek philosopher known for being a massive roll or troll. He was a crazy philosopher, and he's funny. 10 out of 10 flavor. I believe we are discussing the... Oh, okay. Someone's reminding me of the bingo card. We absolutely discussed those rules over there. Where's the... Discussing the rules. Look, people, you want those freebies at the end of the show? You need to pay attention to that bingo card. This bingo card is empty. Zillus is like, I love this, but it needs a barrel. I have no idea who the hell this guy is. I don't know my Greek mythology well enough. Or not my Greek philosophers. Is this the guy who told a noble to get out of his light so he could sort through the trash? This is a huge flavor win. All right, I gotta trust everybody. They say it's a huge flavor win. I agree. Stand a little out of my sun. What the hell is all that about? Okay, next we got a donation from the Damn Draws. Beneath the floorboards. Sounds creepy as hell. Beneath the floorboards. Oh, we found some treasure. Why is your card so small? Okay, beneath the floorboards is a blue sorcery. And it's got... Look at the bottom 3 cards of your library. Put one of those cards in your hand and the rest back on the bottom of your library in a random order. Then you may shuffle. It's also have buyback of 2. The bottom 3 cards... Huh? Look at the bottom 3 cards of your library. Put one of those cards in your hand. Oh, it's Ponder. It's Ponder, but for the bottom of your deck. That sounds fair-ish, I guess. You have buyback of 2 mana. You may pay an additional 2 as you cast this spell. If you do, put this card in your hand as it was broken. I think it's broken. Buyback on a cantrip. What are you, nuts? So basically, it's 3 mana, dig 3, or it's 1 mana. This is insane. I think if you just had it at 1 mana, do this ability, that would also be supremely powerful, because just having Ponder in general is very, very strong. To have a second Ponder in the game, I mean, I don't know if it'd get banned in Legacy. It's too slow. Not in the late game. So very early on in the game, you're manipulating your deck for what you need. In the late game, this is just a card drawing machine. You're just paying 3 mana, look 3 deep, and then draw a card. And you can do it over and over again every single turn. I think this is busted. I think it's completely busted. Control decks would love it. Tempo decks would love it. There's like no downside to this thing. It's literally Ponder Plus. Dimitri is like, I'm amused because this stream is the 10th time I'm aware of Nikachu's had to be reminded who Diogenes is. Well, they keep changing this guy's abilities. That's like saying capsize is bad. Capsize is a bit clunky. Like, I imagine... So here's the deal. In 60-card Magic, busted. Just broken. Probably would get banned. This would probably make Brainstorm look like Child's Play. Because it is... I mean, it's not quite Brainstorm, but it's just a so much better version than Ponder. And you don't even need a fetch land to shuffle the deck. And like, you're looking at cards at the bottom of your library, you can just opt to not shuffle. And it doesn't even trigger the draw card effect. So like Bowmasters can't even keep this card in check. There are plenty of cards that throw stuff on the bottom of your deck, so this might be broken in some other way. That's possible too. We have Telling Time, and that's rarely used in Legacy. I'm not really familiar with what Telling Time is. What the hell is Telling Time? Oh, Telling Time's not even close to this card. So the deal is, at the very least, it's a Ponder. Ponder is very strong. It's a 1 blue sorcery. Look 3 cards deep. Put one of those cards into your hand. You draw it. This is Ponder plus the option to ponder for the rest of the game. That's what makes it really strong. So that is, if you keep. Okay, so here's the deal. If you remove the buyback, fine. With buyback, broken. Okay, we have more sponsors here today, as well every other day. Continuing with Mana Traders. Unlock your creativity by building any deck you want when you're renting the cards digitally on Magic Online with the service Mana Traders. You can play any deck, any format you want on Magic Online. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu though coupon code Nikachu_G4U for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription, and enjoy playing all the formats, especially when new sets come out. Okay, let's take a look at one more freebie from the freebie section before we move into the infinite paywall cards. This might break River Song. It's the least of my worries. Sagacious. Diogenes context. When Plato defined man as a featherless biped, Diogenes plucked a chicken's feathers, brought it to Plato's school, and said, here is Plato's man. He was a troll before we even knew what trolling was. Ahead of his time. Okay, Grist for the mill. This is a 2-mana sorcery. Put target creature on top of its owner's library, then its owner mills one. Oh god. This is the weirdest way to kill a creature I've ever seen. It's very creative though, actually. This is it's super creative. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give it a nice throw. This is a very, so it gets around cards that would be, how do I put it? That would trigger upon dying. Instead, we're putting it back on top of the deck, and then they have to mill 1. So they put the card from their deck into the graveyard. It'll still affect things if it needs to go to the graveyard and trigger. Although I can't think of anything like that. Narcomoeba. Gets around indestructible. Yeah, it gets around indestructible. And also, this was made at sorcery speed, which I think is fair. So if it was instant speed, it's just a strictly better removal spell than basically everything in the game. But if you make it 2 mana at sorcery speed, 2 different colors, that's actually super fair. It's a very unusual removal, but very possible. You know, looking at this, I'm like, why hasn't Wizards printed something like this by now? What are they waiting for? Undercosted compared to other spin effects, but allows revival. Might be undercosted, but the dual colors might balance it. Yeah, you know, of course, they can also revive. Yes, they could reanimate the card. A lot of room. It does not exile it. Exiling is permanently gone for forever to the almost forever freaking zone, gone forever thing. But here it's still possible. Dimitri says, one of my favorite customs, not shown here, was of Diogenes before Behold Mechanic, and was whenever a noble spell is cast, exile your graveyard, you may cast the spell by paying 2 life. What the hell? That's true. Do we usually spend 3 to put something on top of its library? You actually could be right. Oh no, we do put 2 mat. there's things like, what's it called? It is not unusual to spend 2 mana to put a card back on top of the deck, but not so flexibly like this. There was that blue card, maybe ETH or something. It was like a blue and a generic, and you can put a red or green permanent from the battlefield on top of the owner's library, and you try to do that as they're fetching, and then you basically lose the permanent for forever. Did we get a bingo for... Oh, the flavor. I'll give it to you. Yeah, I'll give that to you. Okay, it was a flavor win. Where's the flavor? For the Diogenes. I'm pronouncing his name horribly wrong. It's funny. It's not the flavor win that I thought we would get, but it's the one that we got. Arcomega says the fact that MTG has an absolutely removed from the freaking game forever zone is one of my favorite bits of MTG trivia. Well, it's in the fake world of Magic the Gathering. Okay, we got big super chat. Starting with Elixir. Thank you very much for your super chat. ERA333. ERA333. 2 cards, and now I'm back to work immediately. Have a nice day, Nikachu and the Coffee Crew. And the Zyber Nation. Alright, we're going to take a look at your 2 cards. Elixir, of course. The Occult Tattooer. This is a 5 mana 0/2 halfling shaman. Instant and sorcery spells you control have Cipher. That is weird. So Cipher, I believe, is you can encode a spell onto a creature when it attacks, or when it deals damage or something. Okay, so you may exile that spell card encoded on a creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, okay, it's when it's deal damage, its controller may cast a copy of that card without paying its mana cost. Easily, instants and sorceries are Cipher is one of the weakest cards, weakest mechanics in all of Magic the Gathering, and maybe it was because a lot of the Cipher cards were just too expensive. Argentina says it danger with extra turn or extra combat spells. I actually somewhat disagree. So first off, this card is horribly clunky. It's 5 mana for a 0/2. It's literally a zombie of, I don't know, the Dark Shamans or whatever. You know what I mean? So this is a very vulnerable card. Now, second off, even if you play Time Warp on a random creature, your opponent can kill the creature. They can block the creature. It needs to deal combat damage. Cipher is weak because they made them on bad cards. And I think I don't think it's gonna make a big difference. You could make this a 5/5. Well, okay, so we have half the people in chat that's like, this card is broken. Cipher, this is insane. So we have the other half that's like, you know what, this thing could be a 5/5 on top of all this. Yeah, I don't see it as danger either, since a creature has to connect. And this thing has to be alive, right? You may exile that card. I believe you have to exile the card as it resolves, if I remember correctly. Because if the Cipher card doesn't resolve, then it doesn't Cipher. So like with Occult Tattooer, Cipher has to be on bad cards, otherwise it's busted. No, I think Cipher was on a very bad set, and all the cards were just bad. The Tattooer is basically Magus of the Magic Strings. I like it. Okay, but there is a bit of debate in the comment section here. I think it's fair. If you can't deal with a 5 mana 0/2 by the time the effect triggers, your deck probably has other issues. It sounds like everyone's deck is asleep. Like, you play this thing for 5 mana, like everyone knows what's going on. And then, like, what's the worst thing that you can put on a creature? Even if it was a take an extra turn spell. What, nobody has removal at the table? Nobody? Nothing? And it's basically it's a 3-card combo. The creature in play that has to attack, the Occult Tattooer, and like the take an extra turn spell. That's a 3-card combo. There's a lot of wins for two cards. So I don't actually think there's anything broken about this. This card itself cannot even trigger Cipher because it deals zero damage. Nothing whatsoever. Macho says print it. All right, we're gonna print it. Ship it, it's legal. I like it, it's legal too. You put the time warp on your hexproof flyer boggle, of course. Pedgeman, if someone put in the work to put it on their hexproof flying unblockable bogle, they deserve to win. I'm just gonna say it right there. So I think this is fine. Next up, we've got also the Uncount. I like to count up. Some people like to count backwards or count down. Blue instant. Counter target spell with a number in its text. X is also a number. That it can't. Oh, that's. This is just an unset card. Okay, there's only one problem with this card. It should have had a silver border or an acorn rarity symbol. There's absolutely. I don't think there's a single card in the game that cares about like how the card is named. Yeah, this is a very unset card. Now, as an unset card, it's fine. But like as a, I don't think that this qualifies as being just a regular Magic the Gathering card. It's technically legal. Practically speaking, I don't. X actually does count as a number in all mathematics. I would be more comfortable with this card if it was like counter target spell that has X in the casting cost. I'd be actually totally fine with that. We have cards that change color of words. I don't see a problem here. So we're changing the color of word after it has been resolved. We don't care. I think it's a bit different changing the text on a card versus countering a card based on its text. Specifically the name. Yeah, exactly. Does Ren in 6 exactly. Single bag. Apparently it counters Ren in 6. It is just weird. It doesn't have any sort of logical competitive vibe to it. It's just like it's got unset vibes. Which is a valid vibe if you like unsets. But they would never print this in a regular Magic the Gathering set, and that's how I'm judging these things. Does 3 count as 3? Like it probably should. Text doesn't count. Mana, power, toughness, name. Huh? I agree, it's badly worded, but I understand the point. The word 6 doesn't count. Why not? Text doesn't count mana, power, toughness. It would need to say full text for that. This can counter a lightning bolt, but not a... This can counter a lightning bolt? Oh, hold on. Counter target spell with a number. Oh, in its text. Oh, sorry. Okay, do you know what? I misinterpreted this card. The text is the title. So hold on. Yeah, so it comes as, do you know what? If it's just counting the text box, I think this is fine. If it's counting the title of the name of the card, I don't think it's fine. But it looks like it's counting the whole thing for the most part. So we can counter any cards that deal damage, basically, for a blue. You people desperately want that Nikachu can't read text. I don't feel like it counts, but you know what? I'm just gonna make you all happy, all right? Where is it? There we go. Can't read. I also can't see half the time. Stuff like this is why Yu-Gi-Oh! Made the PSCT change. I don't even know what that is. You can't counter Divination, draw 2 cards, but you can counter the Knight's Whisper. Well, if that's the case, definitely disqualifying this card. It's just weird. So we're counting... Yeah, does it include flavor texts? I would assume no. But if we're counting numbers, but we're not counting numbers spelled out, it's too weird. You got 50% elixir. 50% is pretty good. Next up, we got Carbon Saber Snap. Thank you so much for your super chat. Welcome to the show. We have carbon cards. It's a repost. Now, apparently, my Fursona-based cards. Let's take a look at your Fursona-based cards. Are these like the... I don't want to call him a beanie baby, but I feel like I see these at the cash register on my way out from Walmart all the time. We got, for 5 mana, the Carbon Marketable Plushy. It is the 0/2 cat construct. Carbon is indestructible. Now, whenever Carbon is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. It sounds like one of the toy cards, you know what I mean? Is this literally a beanie baby? Then why does it say TY on it? Or is it supposed to say thank you? It's a reprint of Creepy Doll. Is it? Tap Carbon deals 1 damage to itself. Oh, is it like a Godzilla card? So it's just literally no, it's not exactly Stuffy Doll, because this is a cat construct, all right? It's a cat toy construct. I'm just curious, by today's standards, wouldn't they also call it a toy? Because we do have toy cards now. Yeah, toy is a real card type at this point. So you could, I mean, you don't have to. We're getting a little cramped on space anyway, but you could put artifact creature like cat toy construct, or even cat toy probably would work out. Although I have to say, this card buffs up your Urza and your Urza Saga if you're playing that sort of stuff. We also have the doll cards. Oh yeah, you could be a cat doll toy. Potentially. Is this an anime look like art? I don't think so. I don't think that's what it's going for. Name is indestructible is redundant also, otherwise it's fine. Is it? Oh, Carbon. Oh yeah, I could just say that it's indestructible. This works. I think it works great. Okay, next up. Especially since, you know, this is basically it's basically a very similar Magic the Gathering card that already exists. Now next up we got the Carbon Caffeinated Feline. Cheers to the caffeinated. I don't go a day in my life without my coffee. I'll tell you that right now. This is a 2/2 flash haste legendary cat. It has the activated ability of Boros, sack of food. You get an energy. This is very, very flavorful. Yeah, it's super flavor win. So like, we're sacking the food to get the energy. Then we pay X energy. Carbon gets +X+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. All right, this is a great card. It actually, maybe to make it even more thematic, the card should somehow go to work to make the money. You spend the money to buy the food, then sack the food to get the energy. Or somehow, yeah, maybe you get a treasure token at the end of all this, and the treasure tokens can buy food. A lot of people like this. Can you pay 0 energy and gain first strike? Pay X energy, gets +X+0 and gains first strike. I think so, actually. Yeah, you could do that. You could game the system like that. Pay X energy. So it's basic. So, oh, that's a good question. So maybe it just generically has first strike. It's interesting. Yeah. So okay. So oh yeah. Oh, I got it. Noise Marrow here with the answer. It needs to say X can't be 0. There we go, and that would balance it out. It should have vigilance since it's been caffeinated. That's right. We're always on our feet here. We all have vigilance when we're caffeinated. It's overcosted. Oh, I didn't even look at the cost. It's 5 mana. That is insane. Double red, white, and 2 generic for this thing. Yeah, I didn't see this. It probably could cost a smidge less, but it is a legendary creature anyhow. Why does it have both flash in white and haste with no ETB? So you can play it at end of turn. Not everything has an ETB when it has flash and haste. You're not you when you're not caffeinated. Okay, nice card. Next, we've got Raruni Rockman. Throwing these out there now. The Memory Space. 3.0 and a double-faced card. Dickson revised. You're cheating, to be honest. supposed to be a limit of 2 cards, but now I'll let this slide. Memory space 3.0. Okay, we'll look at memory space 3.0. I don't get it. Why are some people's cards so small? They're very small. Okay, memory space 3.0 is a 5 mana legendary enchantment. When memory space enters, exile all graveyards, exile memory space, choose a non-land card exiled with memory space, copy that card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Choose. Hold on, wait, you get them forever? That sounds completely nuts. That sounds super nuts, but at the same time, I don't know what's preventing you from doing this for forever. So we've got, so for 5 mana, we basically have a rest in peace. Sorry, exile graveyards. But you can add cards afterwards, so maybe this is not a rest in peace. This is more like a ley line of the void. Remind everyone to set their export size to 150% in the Magic Set editor. All right, everyone. Export your sizes to 150% in the Magic Set editor. That might also help me. That also makes the display to be 150%. That's fine with me. Whatever works. You only get 1? Choose. Oh, that's right, because you have exile memory space. So you only get to choose 1. Ugh. So we exile our memory space that's in play. It's gone for forever. Choose a non-land card exiled with memory space. Copy that card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So basically at will, you get to play anything. It almost feels like bribery for the graveyard. Does anyone hear what I'm saying here? Very doable. Seems to be a reanimation spell for 5 mana with extra steps. Something like that, but at the same time, you still also wipe out everybody's graveyard. This is 5 mana omniscience? Well, not exactly. How did this stuff get in the graveyard? Oh, you know what you could do, though? Hey, this is not that big of a deal. You could self-mill and then reanimate something big from the graveyard, but that's no different from, like, just playing reanimate. 5 mana for any spell that's in a graveyard can be worth it quite easily. Also hoses graveyard manipulation. I like the card. Okay, so I'm gonna move on quickly because there's apparently a double-sided card. You did pay for it. Dickson. Revised. There's 2 Dicksons around here. All right. Let's see. Can we? What happens when I zoom in here? Oh, it's still too big. Too big. How do I do this? This is good enough. Dickson of the Trinity. This is a 5 mana 3/3 human soldier. Reach, ward, discard a card. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Dickson of the Trinity, each player discards a card. Then surveil X, where X is the number of card types among cards discarded this way. That is insane. That is a big surveil. So you can transform back, I guess? And then at the beginning of each upkeep, you can pay... Oh, you can pay a black if you do transform Dickson. It's got like this 5/5 over here that got me like really confused. Do double-sided cards count as wordy cards? Not exactly. Not exactly. Then we transform into... Dickson Zanza's Disciple. It's a 5/5 giant. Trample, ward, discard a card. Whenever this creature transforms into Dickson Zanza's Disciple, each player discards a card. Then Dickson gets +X/+X until end of turn. And you draw X cards, where X is the number of card types among cards discarded this way. Good God! Then you draw X cards. The second side is broken. The second side is absolutely insane. How easy is it to flip this thing? So it's 5 mana for a 3/3. No matter what, like if it gets hit, it's in trouble. You're in trouble because you have to discard a card. At the beginning of each upkeep, at each upkeep, you can pay a black if you do. What the hell is going on here? Whenever this creature transforms, each player discards a card. So at 6 mana, you can transform it immediately. Because it's not even your upkeep, and you can keep doing it. Yeah, Grist, at least you can counter it with Uncount. We need right when we need it. Uncount is there. Yeah, the card is broken. Wow, the power creep, people. You know, I swear we had like a 3-hour show last week. I'm like, this card's fine. This card's fine. This card's fine. This one is insane. Because the way you would break this card is you just wait to get to 6 mana, play this thing, pass the turn, and then on your opponent's upkeep, you can transform it. So, like, I believe the Lorwyn card specifically just said at the beginning of your first main phase, not the beginning of each upkeep, that you can just go flip-flop this thing and make people discard their cards. Can you imagine we make a set itself balanced on accident? Yeah, just a bunch of super outrageous, powerful nonsense balancing other outrageous, powerful nonsense. And you throw in a Dimitri card in there, you know, which is like the type of card people are like, wow, this card's amazing. 56 mana for like all this text. Lists of free mana too. It's easy to get 6 mana in turn 1. Yeah, that's true. And like, it's only 1 mana to transform. You could do this every turn for several turns. Yeah, it should be your. Yeah, at the very least at your upkeep. I think this is an outrageously. I think that okay. I am offended by drawing X cards, where X is the number of card types among cards discarded that way. That is disgusting. You can easily draw like at least 3 to 7 cards. I mean, I guess everyone can just collude and say, okay, I'm discarding a land, I'm discarding a land, I'm discarding a land, but you're still getting at least some value. And then some people won't be able to help it. One person's going to discard an artifact creature, another person's going to discard a land, another person has to discard a sorcery. You're the wordy king, Dimitri. You're the wordy king. I am wordy, but I'm also usually either overcosted. You are definitely overcosted. You are accurately costed for your wordy cards. Okay, yeah, so as worded, to the rank with this card. To the rank. Spirit Squad, welcome. Okay, we're gonna move on to we got Noise Marrow here. Oh, donate. You have a card plus a donation. Thank you so much for your cards. Arun and Grable. I appreciate you having both in the same post. So I'm gonna keep your super chat over here so it gets nice and warm for somebody's donation later on the show. Grable, Department Turncoat is a 3-mana 2/4 human detective. Whenever an opponent exiles a card they own until end of turn, you may play that card. Does this count? So this counts if they suspend it. So if they suspend a card, whenever opponent, but they have to exile it. Oh, sorry. Okay. So if someone exiles the card when this card is in play, then you have the option to play that card. In theory. It's a bit weird. Then for 2 mana, sacrifice a clue. Each player exiles the top card of their library, which is going to be yours until end of turn. You lose 1 life for each card exiled this way, and activate only once each turn as a sorcery. Collect evidence 4. Grable gains shadow or ward 1 until end of turn. I don't remember how collect evidence is to do with the graveyard. New Capenna art spotted. We're going back to Capenna, people. Those mafia drug lords, what is it? The angel dust lords. They dress well. They can afford to after selling all that angel dust. It's funny how Wizards heavily implied the use of drugs in that set, and that was that flew. They even encouraged it. Like, people could pretend that they were drinking the fairy dust or some crap like that. I can't remember. It was a weird time back then. It was a very weird time. Screw new Capenna. Well, don't worry. It's old Capenna now. The angel stuff is called Halo. All right. Don't get high on your own supply. I have nothing against this card. It seems like a pretty innocent way. First, you have to make clues in the first place. And then when you get the clues, you sack them to exile cards from your opponent's libraries. And not to mention, I mean, you have to pay some life. And you still have to cast those cards. It says you may play the card. It's not that you can play it without paying its mana cost. You must have manas. So with that manas, I think this is a very doable card. Very accurately costed too. Okay, next up we've got the hallucinogenic mushrooms. We're not holding anything back here. This is like going from Halo, the angel dust, to the hallucinogenic mushrooms. Bryce is like, I don't do drugs, but who can afford it when all your money is spent on MTG? You got that right, Bryce. That's right. I don't know, some people. I never really encountered a lot of alcoholics in tournaments, but I think some people were high on something in some tournaments. I swear. They were having a good time. They didn't win though, but they're having a good time even though they're losing. All right, the hallucinogenic mushrooms for a black. Artifact food. Whenever this card is put into a graveyard from anywhere, if it was put there from the battlefield, draw a card. That's fascinating. Otherwise, you can pay a blue and 3 life. If you do draw a card, if it's put into the graveyard from anywhere. Oh, I see. So if it got milled from your deck, you can pay 3 life and a blue to draw something. Pay 2, tap, sacrifice this artifact. You gain 3 life. Oh, it's technically food at the same time. Spear Squad vape breaks were almost never nicotine breaks in the SCG days. Being a smoker must be rough playing Magic. If you have a really long round and the round is done and then you call the next round immediately, you're screwed. It feels off that nothing about the mushroom is in green mana. Well, it's like a poison mushroom, sort of. But at the same time, it gives you life. So it takes some life from you, but also gains some life at the same time. Smokers play burn. Oh yeah, you're right. That makes a lot of sense. No, this card is hilariously broken. Dredge exists, but will they have the blue mana to play this? That's what I would ask myself. So I hear you. So let's say this goes into the graveyard from anywhere. They do have to pay a blue. It's not free. And Dredge is usually pretty tight on mana. They're already like spending a lot of it. Maybe when they get the 3 mana, they can play like Cathartic Reunion and have a blue up for this thing. I don't know if it would be better though, because they might want to spend that blue on a card that draws like Faithless Looting, where you draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. There we go, Benjamin Berkey, confirming all MTG players I played with smoked cigarettes and weed. There we go. I do neither. You know, I like winning my games, and I also don't like burning all my money on some sort of substance. I was thinking of Legacy Dredge, just LED Breakthrough or something. Use the other 2 blue triggers for this. It might work like that. Would that break Legacy Dredge? Because they do use Breakthrough. No, but how do you use Breakthrough? Because you have like what was Breakthrough again? Oh, now I know what you mean. Okay, you play a land, you play the LED, then you play Breakthrough, discard the entire hand, draw whatever cards, draw your cards, and then the LED is in play to replay this thing. Not to mention, like, you can discard this. I just realized, yeah. So if it's put in the graveyard from the battlefield, but if it's put anywhere else, like even from your hand, you can discard it and then pay a blue and lose 3 life. It's interesting. I'm gonna allow it. Dredge is not one of the most overpowered decks in any format at the moment. Maybe they could even use the help with stuff like this, because frankly, if you can stop the graveyard, they're in a lot of trouble. You spend money on poker, Nikachu? I don't spend money. I make money. Well, I shouldn't say I make money anymore. I used to play a lot of poker. I don't think I've played at like a physical table in like 10 years. I haven't really played any reasonable stakes in like 15 years online. I wish vintage Dredge wasn't so expensive with Bazaar. There we go. If this is broken in vintage Dredge, so be it. So be it. All right, I'm gonna give it a pass. Was that both cards? That was both cards, which means we move on to our next super chat, which is Trent Sims. Thank you very much for your super chat, Trent. Thought it was weird we have Laura Croft and Nathan Drake, but not Jones? Indiana Jones. It's like Indiana Jones. Also a Halo card, Warthog Run. All right, let's take a look at your Indiana Jones cards. This thing is small too. And the problem is I can't make it like not too big. Okay, this isn't so bad. Okay, we have a 4-mana legendary human ranger, which is a 3/3. What is this? Okay, this is anyone who wanted to throw the wordy. Don't we have a wordy card? Do we have a Yu-Gi-Oh card space here? Wordy card. This is definitely a wordy card. We didn't leave any space over here, Trent Sims. Vigilance Reach. Whenever you cast a heroic spell, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. We create a treasure token. We create a map token. Put a land from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. And also pay 1 tap. Sacrifice an artifact. Indiana. Look, there's so little space left. We couldn't even say Indiana Jones explores. Reach from the whip. Was it because of the whip? You like the flavor? Okay. Did the whip make all these things? Oh, the reach is the whip. Pay 1 tap, sack an artifact. We explore. I got a bad feeling about this. Indiana Jones always sus of something. That is history, not hero. Whenever you cast a historic spell, choose one. Or did I say hero spell? No, anyway, this seems fine. Indiana Jones the adventurer. He is an adventurer. Do you know what? This should have been like a adventure spell. That would have worked out. You had like Indiana Jones on one side. You had like, I don't know, some exploring thing. I said heroic spell. Sorry, that's my dyslexia at work. I think this card is fine. I have nothing against this thing. It's like, I mean, it's 4 mana for a 3/3. It's got some generic abilities like Vigilance and Reach. There are a lot of historic spells. None of these things are particularly broken. The treasure token is probably the best thing that you can get out of this. The map token is not. Putting a land from your hand onto the battlefield is only gonna probably is the most dead ability of all the 3. And then you're probably gonna sack your maps and treasures just so that you can explore. It's big flavor win. What's with the circles on the bingo? I liked it when you cross them out. Well, it's easier for me to copy and paste the circles. That's what's going on here. I've simplified things for me. On a Mac, crossing it out is awful. I might be going back to Windows strictly for these streams. Could happen. I'll start crossing it out again. Windows has a much better screenshot tool. All right, our second card is the Warthog Run. Run, piggy, run. It's a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever a vehicle enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/1 white pilot creature token. Vehicles you control have crew 2. Oh, all vehicles. All of a sudden, there is a little bit of a discount over here. Linux. I am not tech savvy enough to use Linux. I have a feeling Linux would chew me up and spit me out. Jess says, Macs are for people that put bananas in their mouth end first. That is correct. That is what I do. That is the correct way to eat a banana, by the way. Says the monkeys. Looks like a puma. What, the monster truck? There's a monster truck here. Oh, is that? Oh, you know, maybe I'm not a truck person. I'm not a monster truck person. I don't know anything about vehicles. You know, if you put a gun to my head and just told me like every single brand of vehicle on the earth, I'm like Ford, General Motors, Toyota, BMW, Tesla. I'm done. I don't know any other ones. That's it. Oh, it's from Halo. What can we say about this thing? A vehicle enters the battlefield under your control. We get a 2/1 pilot, and we can crew our vehicles for 2 mana, and it costs us 3 mana. Jeez, that is super fair. Vehicles need help. I don't even know if this thing should even cost 3 mana. It should probably cost 2. There's a lot of vehicles that cost like 3 or more mana. You don't want to trip up on your synergy with this thing. Okay, next. We've got super chats from Angel. Not interested in custom cards, but last week someone donated for customs during an AI stream, so we got to balance it out. Oh, thank you very much, Angel. Okay, so we will. I'm not going to do it now, but later. What is this worth? COP. Was this 20,000 in USD? This is worth, okay, it's worth 1 extra card. I'll remember that. Thank you so much, Angel. And we are, at the end of the show, we're going to do all the freebies. I try to get all the paid cards out first, and then we do freebies at the end, and donations. Majra is ultimately back. 2 cards from a deck I have been making. We got Fortune Daddy. Call me Daddy. Oops, hold on. Your cards are small too. That is inspired from the Fortune Lady deck I was playing when I was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm showing them all to mold next summer. All right, cool. Cool stuff. It's both these cards, right? Fortune. I'm assuming this is the right one. Okay, we got Fortune Daddy, the E3. This is a Wooburg legendary human wizard. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on each creature you control. E3 gets +1/+1 for each time counter on him. When E3 deals combat damage to a player, exile target creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a wizard, instant, or sorcery card from your graveyard, then reanimate your E3. Oh, these are the Colombian pesos. Google accepts all payments of all cards. Waifu card? This is a waifu card? It can be a husbando card. Not very waifu-y. Not very waifu-y though. Would it be a Majra card without male nudity? This guy is quite clothed, in my opinion. It's really not that much different from like wearing pants and then having no top. Does reanimate eat? Huh? Well, hold on. So like, at the beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on each creature. So that I assume they don't gain suspend. So this thing gets +1/+1 for each time counter, and whenever E3 deals combat damage to a player, exile target creature. That's strong, but it's very hard to pull off. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a wizard, instant, or sorcery card from your graveyard, then reanimate E3. Fascinating. Wait a minute. You then reanimate? So, are we just saying like brings back from the graveyard to the battlefield? That's insane. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a wizard, instant, or sorcery card from your graveyard. I actually think that part makes it broken. This is literally just a free 3/3. Or how free is this card? Oh, was the card inspired by a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Oh, because this card is inspired? No, because the Yu-Gi-Oh card. Well, isn't it Yu-Gi-Oh for wordy card? Oh, is this an other TCG? Yes, this actually counts for other TCG adaptation. If it's literally a Yu-Gi-Oh card, it does count for the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. You made it a keyword? I'm just trying to think. Does the last ability break it? It's a 3/3. Probably not, but maybe. Because if you play this thing early enough, it's not that big. It's hard to tell. My concern is it just doesn't die. Like, it goes to the graveyard, big deal. At my next turn, I'll exile an instant, and it's back, as if nothing happened. It is your upkeep, though, so it's going to have summoning sickness. Turn 1 Faithless looting, but yeah, and then turn 2 you get your this thing on the battlefield, but it's only a 3/3. You don't think you've heard, you know, the song? The song's from Pokemon Sun and Moon, Brooklet Hill. Here, I don't know if anyone can read this. Well, this does not help. This did not help. Okay, well, away this thing goes. Go zoom in on it. You gotta take a screenshot and zoom in on it. I don't know, man. This seems like a kind of busted removal engine. Well, it needs to deal combat damage. So if it doesn't deal any combat damage, it doesn't do anything. That's the deal. I'm actually gonna give it a pass. It seems it does technically get a little bit bigger. You give your upkeep, put a time counter on each creature you control. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I see. So you faithless looting. No, but it's at the beginning of your upkeep. So if you get this thing in play, it's not big enough. That's not. But the thing is, you do have to kill this thing immediately. Okay, I don't know. This card, it could be a danger. It could be a danger. Is there maybe at some point a list of the used music while we're at that? Ugh, well, I mean, there's a lot of music here. It's a little scrambled because I try to, here's another huge chunk of the music. Nothing's in order right now. There you go. This is basically everything that I use on this show. I know everyone wants like a playlist. I'm like, I don't have a playlist from YouTube. It's like literally on my computer. For anyone that loves Coffee and MTG music. You have to use one of the many ways to give something evasion in blue. Okay, I'm gonna give it a pass, but it is very possible this thing is outrageously broken. The only thing I'm concerned about is on the following turn after you've reanimated it, it's going to become a giant creature that you have to chump block, or you're gonna lose something anyhow. Turn 0, you might be able to get it out. Impossible. I have no idea how you do that. Next card. We've got Miraculous Prophecy for 5 mana. It's a sorcery. This spell have flash as long as a wizard died this turn. That is a grammatical mistake for sure. You gotta learn grammar. Marjorie, you gotta find a English-speaking friend to fix the grammar on some of these cards. This spell has flash as long as a wizard died this turn. Reanimate target creature from your graveyard. If this spell was cast from exile, reanimate 2 wizards from your graveyard instead. Exile any creature reanimated this way at the beginning of your next end step. They become warped at the same time. And so this card can be exiled with Foretell. How much does this mana? It's 5 mana. Has flash as long as a wizard died this turn. I actually can get behind this. This is like a really expensive reanimator. Like it's 5 mana. And like it only has instant speed capability if one of your wizards are dead. Me have snoo? I have no idea what that means. I'm gonna Google, what is snoo? Snoo, which is what Amazonians call... Oh! I can't finish that sentence. I'm glad I didn't look this up on stream. It could have been, it sounded like... Snoo sounded like a murder or something. Death by snoo. Oh, is that what's happening here? Okay, anyway, this is definitely an easy pass. Okay, moving on. I wonder if snoo is going to get me demonetized for the day. Fortunately, you are all monetizing today's show, so you know what? It's not really that big of a deal. Spectral Maniac with Miltio and Lusen. Just a curiosity for anyone watching the show, am I peeking at all? I noticed because my cat loves hanging out and sleeping on my oh, this also has a dono for chat. Okay, thank you very much, Spectral Maniac. We already got the TCG adaptation card though. I noticed like I was peeking on some prior shows, and I looked at my amplifier, and like it was cranked up a little bit because my cat is just like pushing and rubbing and leaning against the damn thing. Nikachu is always peak. You're for sure peak. No, I'm peaking I'm talking about peaking in a bad way. Okay, but I fixed it because I was listening to a replay. I was like, wow, this sounds terrible. I don't know why anyone would listen to this replay. Miltio and Lusen. This is a 6-mana 6/6 human angel incarnation, flying menace. Abilities of creature spells you cast and abilities of creatures entering under your control don't trigger. Huh? So stuff that I cast and stuff that my stuff that enters the battlefield does not trigger? Whenever another creature enters under your control, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. It gains haste until end of turn. Huh? The damn waifus. Oh, bingo, anime card. It is an anime card. All right. And it wasn't a Pedgeman card, too. Where is... There we go, anime card. We don't have a waifu spot on the bingo card. Oh, it's from Shadowverse. Bingo, custom keyword. Well, we got one anyway. Oh, from the Majra thing? Oh, the husbando card. You're right. That's also worth it. We have a very loosely custom keyword. So we basically use the word reanimate just as it is, just as Majra said so. I mean, this card is fine. Because but I don't understand why. I guess the idea is you're just copying the Shadowverse card, which I guess removed all the abilities from your own creatures. Otherwise, I don't even think that's necessary. This card functions perfectly fine if you get rid of this piece of text and just say Flying Menace, and whenever another creature enters under your control, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and it gains haste until end of turn. I think that's just completely legit. One of the stranger cards in the later sets. I guess it works, but stifling your effect for that effect isn't worth it. Yeah, I mean, that's just like sort of what I'm coming down to as well. We're like neutering our own cards. We're turning them all into vanilla creatures, basically. One mana Phyrexian Dreadlaw. Let's go. Yeah, I didn't think about that actually. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this might benefit some cards. Some cards. You can cast, yeah, we can, all of a sudden we can cast Eater of Days. Okay, I guess that's the idea. It's dubious idea. I mean, this can be your commander, so you can make it work. No, you can't get, no, Eater, oh yeah, Eater of Days is colorless. Okay, that'll work out actually. Hilarious. Why would you even want to play Leveler? Like, is Leveler even that impressive? Oh, is it a 10/10? Maybe it is a 10/10. If Nikachu reaches 1 million subs, I'll donate $200. All right, on my main channel, I'm gonna pump up my subscriber count on my main channel so you dish out that $200. 5-mana 10/10 for Leveler. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's Leveler food. Cool stuff. Okay, this card actually works. We thought about it, chat. We thought about it. In the end, you know what? It's not that bad. It's better. It's way better than it looks. Okay, next up, we've got the $5 super chat. Start with not starting. Oh no, this was a donation. Is Pedgeman here? Is Pedgeman even here? I want to say I saw him, but maybe not. You've got a donation here, Pedgeman. You can have it when you're ready. We're going to move on with Magostera. Hey, Nikachu, hope things are good. They are great. What's up, Magostera? My card for tonight is Hollow Universe. Chaldea. Hollow. Oops, I looked up Halo. There's so many Halo cards in Magic the Gathering. Not enough Hollow cards. A pure flavor card, not very strong, but maybe fun build around. I'll tell you what, Magostera, you've got the spirit of Dimitri in you, because this feels very Dimitri-like, just staring at this thing right now. Hopefully the stream is not cutting out for anybody else. Okay, we have got, it's either Wooburg or 5 colorless for a world enchantment called the Hollow Universe Chaldea. It's got Devoid, so doesn't have any color. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice another permanent you control and create a token that's a copy of it, except it has Devoid. Then if you control a token of each permanent type and no other non-token permanent, you win the game! That works out perfectly. I think there's a lot of people that would like this card, Megostera, especially decks that have a lot of ETBs and death triggers. So you can sack, at your upkeep, you sack permanents that have like, or leave the battlefield triggers. So you get value out of it. And it's like you didn't even lose the card because you're going to get a token of it. And also, same thing with ETBs. Sacrifice another permanent. And it didn't even say like a non-token permanent. So you can keep sacking the token for the same ability. I actually think this is actually really, really, really strong. This is kind of super specific. Not really. This is not really a super specific card. If it said sacrifice a Devoid card, that might be really specific. There are 6 permanent types, according to 110.4 whatever. Artifact, battle, creature, enchantment, land, and planeswalker. It is done. Some hoops to jump through, but very doable. I think this is a very doable card. I don't. There's in no way is this a weak card. In this card, I think this card is a great card. There's a lot of people that would want to play it. Especially the... Well, it wouldn't be that great in an Eldrazi deck, because I know for a fact a lot of those cards are... They have a lot of cast triggers to those Eldrazi's. You get the populate tokens, definitely. Basically a Conjurer's Closet, so it's actually pretty good. I think it's nice. It definitely accurately costed at 5 mana. Super accurately costed. Nice card. Carbonek, treasures for the old ones. What is that? What the hell does that mean? Treasures for the... Aha! Ha ha ha. Okay, this is a 11 mana sorcery. This card can only be cast from its owner's hand. Honestly, a card like this, I don't know how else it would be cast. It's not like it's going to get exiled underneath like an Isochron Scepter, you know what I mean? This card can only be cast with mana from treasures. Okay, that's hard. Or no, maybe it's not that hard, but like makes things a little bit more challenging. Target player's life total becomes 0. So basically, it's like we're destroying target player. Oh, we got a bingo, 10 CMC. Yeah, that's right. Okay, hold on. We got a 10 plus CMC card on our hands here, everyone. It's a big one. It's a big one. It's a big fish. It's a 10-pounder. The 2 red and the mana cost is kind of pointless. But yeah, actually, you're right. It could have been like 11 red, because it has to be cast with treasures, right? I feel like you can still cheat this out pretty easily. All right, you tell us, Sebstone. You cooking out there? You cooking something? Bingo, 5 words in a name. Only 1 bingo per card. I could tell some of you were gaming the system with the bingos. You designed these cards that would hit like 6 bingo squares at once. No. I got to put a cap on each card. How many bingos can be on each card per card? That's right. I know what you're all doing. You're all smart. It's everything. How do I put it? Everything's like everything is fair until it's not fair. It has I know it has very old style syntax. That's how Corbinet likes to do it. The old man offered the kingdom's riches, all for the death of a single soul. Some gods heard his prayer and accepted the payment in full. I have no idea if this is fair or not. It's probably like, here's my only problem. Like maybe some decks, they can make a lot of treasures. I don't know what the limit of treasures are, but this does have to be a lot of treasures. It's got to be 11. So 11 treasures, probably fine. Everything is blue until it's not. Well, I don't know about that. All right, next up, we've got 4 Paths of Life shows up. Thank you very much, 4 Paths of Life. The Quantum Singularity. What is the quantum singularity? Is that when, like, the black hole of all black holes suck us all up or something like that? 5 mana for a legendary saga. Chapter 1. Tap all other non-land permanents. Place a stun counter on each of those permanents. Non-land permanents enter tapped. That sounds horrible. Chapter 2. Destroy all creatures and artifacts. Place a stun counter on each land. Permanents enter tap. This is heinous. This is awful. This is such a, like, awful, awful, awful card to exist. And then each player sacrifices half the lands they control rounded up. Destroy all other non-land permanents. Basically, for 3 turns, just don't do anything. This just use, yeah, the Edge of Eternity set logo. We're basically sacrificing. Each player sacrifices half the lands they control rounded up. Destroy all other non-land permanents. This is like a very slow Navinral's disc. Wait, I'm looking at it. This should be Demir or Orzhov. This is awful that this is an artifact. Tap all non-land permanents. I don't think I can in good conscience just say that this is possible. This is just the worst salty card. It's like it's a feel bad card. That's the problem. Like, is it okay? Probably. You just wait it out 3 turns until this saga, like, leaves the battlefield. Do we want to wait for 3 turns for this to happen? No, and then we're still losing like half our lands at the same time. It's an enchantment, not an artifact. Oh, you're right, actually. It is an enchantment. It's weird. It's a colorless enchantment. Should be 3 mana for Zur the Enchanter. No! It's not an artifact, and it's excellent flavor-wise. Oh, yeah, it's a flavor win. It's a flavor win. But being a flavor win doesn't mean that you're going to get printed. I don't think Mark Rosewater will look at this card and be like, no, we're not doing that. Sorry about that. This is too oppressive. It's too unbelievably oppressive. Next up, cross adapter. Let's look at this. Cross adapter Moo 85 A55 plus. Sounds like the name of a branded cell phone or something. Nikachu can't read on the bingo sheet. We're done. We already did it, Bryce. We can't do it twice. Okay, now next up we have a 6 mana legendary artifact. Whenever you would perform one of the following actions, you may perform the listed action instead, and vice versa. Whenever you would perform one of the following actions, you may perform the listed action instead? What does that mean? Oh, I see. So if we add a colorless, we can untap a tapped land. If we add a green, we can gain a life. If we add a blue, we draw... What? What are these? So just basically, I tap a blue and I draw a card. The hell is going on here? So if we spend a red, we get an energy. If we spend a black, we pay 2 life. That sounds like a bad thing. And spend a white. Remove a loyalty counter from any permanent you control. Okay. Yeah, we could... Sure, yeah, we could say this is specific. This is a pretty specific card. I can get behind that. Where is this super specific? I don't think this card works, and vice versa. It doesn't really make sense to me. So if we draw a card... Oh yeah, so hold on, wait a minute. It's a replacement, so basically all black mana costs become Phyrexian and so on. So if we pay 2 life, yeah, oh, I see. So if we spend an energy, we actually spent a red. If we pay 2 life, we actually spend a black. It's one or the other. You can just pay 2 life to add black mana. Gimme. I think that this card is broken too. Well, mostly because this is a blue draw card. And I get, oh, I see. Yeah, but then you won't draw cards anymore for the rest. So you don't draw a card for the turn, but you draw a card for every blue that you spend. It's nuts. But then you just don't get access to blue mana. You may. It's beyond broken. You may. So play with only snow then. Okay, it's. Do you know what I'd be okay with? It would be like, okay, get rid of the draw card one, get rid of the pay 2 life and get a black. The rest is fine with me. I think I would be okay with the rest of this. With a soul land, it's infinite mana. Oh, you're right, actually. Yeah, if you have, well, I don't know which soul land the real Maxim. You want to use Ancient Tomb? You might end up dying out of that. It's possible. Yeah, it danger. Sorry about that. Both cards are pretty at danger. Well, this one's super at danger. The idea is good. The execution, not so good. You gotta get rid of the draw card thing and maybe oh man, I don't know about the colorless one now. Yeah, you combine it with the soul land with you can combine it with, say, for example, City of Traders. City of Traders would give you infinite colorless mana. You could also ramp into this with the City of Traders on top of that. Gotta be balanced. It's gotta be a little bit more balanced. Okay, do we have a card, Pedgeman? Because apparently, Pedgeman, you have a Dono sitting over here. What is your Dono card? I think I saw you mention one earlier. Okay, Pedgeman, you've got Iskandar, King of Conquerors. Okay. Iskandar, actually, specifically. And of course, they're jiggly and animated, just as Pedgeman does them. Okay, hold on. We gotta get the jigglies. The jigglies always fascinate me. Okay, Iskandar, King of Conquerors, is a 5 mana, 3/4 noble warrior servant. Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes tapped for the first time during a turn while not attacking, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and you untap it. And of course, as the noble phantasm, when you control this creature, you may cast a transformed copy of it by discarding a non-land card in addition to paying its other costs. So you have so this is just a way of getting 2 cards at once. While you control this creature, you may cast a transformed copy of it by discarding a non-land card in addition. Oh no, you just get infinite copies. So the other side is Ionian. Well, I gotta move it to the other side. It's a double-sided card. It's an Ionian Roy with 6 mana. Convoke. Legendary spells you cast have Convoke. And whenever a legendary creature you control becomes tapped, you may pay 2. If you do, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. I can never judge the noble phantasm thing very well. Baking Catbug breaking a lot of rules today. What's with all these super chats? Second dono to Pedgeman. Okay, we'll give another dono to Pedgeman. Oh, we have a hold on. Let's discuss. We'll get the dono to Pedgeman on the bingo card. But how does this work? So creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes tapped for the first time during your turn and it's not attacking, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and then you get to untap it. So if you tap it with Springleaf Drum, you give it +1/+0. Okay, that's fair. That's fine. I think this side is super fair. It was funny, we see the subtitles. Oops, hold on, sorry. You can't even see what I'm talking about. Does everyone see the subtitles? There we go, the subtitles. Make this world real because something. Oh yeah, you can also crew it. Oh, that also means you can crew multiple cards. Oh, sorry, no, it's only when this creature becomes tapped for the first time, it gets the ability. Okay, we can crew 1 additional card. Okay, this card works for me. Congratulations, Pedgeman. And also, because this was a dono to you, and you are one of the most popular custom card makers of this show, we got a dono to Pedgeman spot on here. How long has this show gone on for? 1 hour, 40 minutes so far. The subtitle thing is a little sloppy. It's a bit funny. Okay, next up, we've got... We're not donos. Okay, this is the damn draws. The Handyman. You always need to call a handyman. Okay, we've got the handyman here. I have to call a handyman to help me fix my washer. My washer broke. This is a 7-mana card. This is crazy. 7 mana for a legendary horror. I like the look of this guy though. So it's a 5/5 horror with haste and ingest. Wow, that is a huge throwback. That is a mechanic I never thought I would ever hear ever again. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top card of their libraries. It's like a weird mill thing, sort of. You have no maximum hand size. Does not feel like a mono black card, but whatever. When the handyman enters, if it wasn't cast from your hand, exile it. Then each opponent exiles a card from their hand. You may play cards exiled by the handyman by paying life equal to their mana values. This is funny. Why is this called the handyman? This is not any handyman I know of. It's a horror made of hands. Oh, there's hands everywhere. I didn't notice that. This card is a little too handy for me. It's a horror made of hands, hence handyman. Does handyman like getting a handy? Does handyman ever need a helping hand? If you know what I mean. Probably never asks for a hand because it has enough. Z-Man Vader, only 1 card per bingo. And the Pedgeman, it got the Pedgeman square. The dono to Pedgeman was the bingo. I find him handsome. Also, the cost is like 7, like MTG usual hand size, but I miss it being a 7/7. Gotcha. Okay, this card is actually fine. I like the use of ingest. So when you ingest, you're gonna exile the cards, and you actually can play them by paying life. This card is outrageously expensive too, so I actually like it. I hope it's... I mean, there is some chance it could be broken. It's sort of a weird... How do I put it? It's got parallels to... Bolus's Citadel. That's what I'm thinking of. But still, you have to make this card work a little bit to work it. Whereas Bolus's Citadel, it just works by itself. Okay, next up, we've got... Mr. DC. Thank you very much, Mr. DC, for your super chat. Fabled Passage, but better. All right, then. You mean, is it just going to be a regular fetch land? We've got the Shifting Sands. We've got a lot of sand out here. It's going to turn into a lot of microchips. That sand is not worthless. So a land, tap, sacrifice Shifting Sands. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. Then if you control fewer than 4 land cards, untap that land. Oh! So it's a strictly better... Evolving Wilds. That's what I was thinking of. It's just a strictly better Evolving Wilds. So it's a better Prismatic Vista? No, actually, because remember, if you control fewer than 4 lands, so if the Prismatic Vista was your 4th, 5th, 6th land drop, then the land actually enters the battlefield tapped. It's different. It's different enough. Prismatic doesn't care how many lands we have, though. I would say, I mean, I would prefer to play this card at my 4th land. Yeah, it can come into play tapped. I'd rather not pay any life, thank you very much. Can't search for a desert and isn't a desert itself. It's reverse fable. It's a reverse fable passage. I guess we can power creep Evolving Wilds. Well, yeah, no, this is a super power crept Evolving Wilds. That was my comment. That's exactly what I was thinking. Noise Marrow says, unfortunately, as it's worded, the card needs to be on the battlefield to give permission to cast it from exile. So it won't. Oh, you're talking about like the last card. Okay, Shifting Sense. I really have nothing against this card. I think it's actually been power. I think it's been balanced properly, and it clearly is a power crept Evolving Wilds. But Evolving Wilds sucks. Like, every fetch land after Evolving Wilds is better than Evolving Wilds. So I don't see any reason to making... It's not like it's going to make Evolving Wilds obsolete, because Evolving Wilds is already obsolete in the formats that no one plays Evolving Wilds. Evolving Wilds has been power crept for a while. Yeah, exactly. I believe Evolving Wilds came after the fetch lands. This is like a watered down fetch land. It's a fetch land for the Pauper players. I think it's common. I'm pretty sure it's common. Really nice design, actually. Super cool. It would definitely be a staple in almost everybody's deck. Deck Collector, the Big Game Hunter version 2. Oh my god. I swear I remember there was originally a Big Game Hunter from you. Big Game Hunter. Oh, we're going back. Okay, here's the second Big Game Hunter. You have so many Big Game Hunters. They're all over the damn place. Which one do you want to post? Okay, you have a new one. Okay, this is your latest and hopefully greatest. Noise Marrow says Terramorphic Expanse came into this world power crap. That's right. Okay, Big Game Hunter is 2 mana for a 1/2 human hunter. Right? The way it's worded, it sounds like it hunts humans. Haste. When Big Game Hunter... Wait. Yeah, Real Maxim is on here. Big Game Hunter is already a card. So this is instantly disqualified. Bingo, we did this already? Well, no, we didn't. We've definitely done something like this in the past, but it's not exactly this. So this is instantly disqualified for having the same name as an actual Magic the Gathering card. But we'll read on anyway. When Big Game Hunter would deal combat damage to a creature with power 4 or greater, destroy it. It sounds like this is exactly the card. Whenever an opponent creates... whenever an opponent's creature with power 4 or greater is put into a graveyard from the battlefield to create a treasure token. I don't remember that one. Well, what does Big Game Hunter do? Did you get inspired to make a Big Game Hunter card when a Big Game Hunter already exists? When Big Game Hunter enters the battlefield, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. It can't be regenerated, but has madness of a black. So this is a very... So you know what? I'll tell you what you should do here. You should call it Bigger Game Hunter. You gotta think bigger. Yeah, madness and destroys. Well, it destroys a creature the same way, right? Power 4 or greater. Enters, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Can't be regenerated. Oh, this one is when it deal combat damage to a creature with power 4 or greater, destroy it. So this is a Bigger Game Hunter. It's going big. Anyway, outside of that, I think the card is fine. If you want to block it, but I mean, it's sort of a crappy death touch. I mean, you could just give it death touch, and then it doesn't even matter what the power of those cards are. I barely improved that card, Brian. I barely improved that thing. I made it go from illegal to legal. Uh-oh. We're getting close to a bingo on this side. Do I need to add more music? Ooh, I do. Uh-oh. Hold on, give me a second, chat. Give me a second. Gonna add some music here. It's gonna go for a little while. I know it. one more. Ooh, I'm gonna get this Donut Plains song in. New creature type, Hunter. Is it? Is it really? Is there literally no Hunter creature type? I guess not. Maybe. I'd be inclined to 1 mana Madness ETB to destroy. That's possible, but that'd be very close to the old big game Hunter. I think this is an idea, a new idea. Okay, let's we'll put. Oh no, I already improved the card. It's not gonna get improved anymore. Okay, that's all my feedback. The card is fine otherwise. All right, next up, we've got so many donos here. Surefire Selves. Welcome to the show. Tibalt's grand scheme. Oh, that was his trickery. We all know how that worked out for him. There is a... What is his scheme? Bet it all on craps? That's basically what I'm seeing over here. There are no hunters. We have assassins and rangers. Oh, that's the closest we got. Little Dead Fly, good night. Have a good night. Okay, this is a 3-mana sorcery. Each player looks at the top 3 cards of their library, exiles a card from among them face down, then puts the rest into their graveyard. They repeat this process a number of times equal to the number of cards in their hand -1. Then each player discards their hand and returns to their hand each card they exiled this way. Is this some like weird memory jar? I don't get this. Each player looks at the top 3 cards of their library, then exiles a card from among them face down, puts the rest into their graveyard. Repeat the process a number of times equal to the number of cards in their hand. Oh, they're just, yeah, we're sculpting a hand. Then each player discards their hand and returns the card they exiled this way to their hand. It's actually better than memory jar, because what you're doing is you're basically pondering over and over again. Exile cards from them, puts the rest into the graveyard. You actually keep sculpting. You're basically sculpting a really, really powerful hand, and whoever has more cards in their hand is going to be way stronger. So it's better memory jar? Not necessarily, because we're going to lose our hand and we're not going to get it back. It is probably broken though. And if you have more cards in your hand, it's more powerful, because you get to, like, if you have 3 cards in your hand, you're going to get 3 really good cards. But if you have 7 cards in your hand, you're going to have 7 amazing cards. Like, it's all gas and only gas. This is arguably worse than Wheel of Fortune. I think this is stronger than Wheel of Fortune. Like, the thing is, everyone is going to get cards equal to the number of cards discarded this way. But with Wheel of Fortune, everyone discards their hand and draws 7. Everyone gets 7 no matter what. It's like, it's probably better than Windfall too. So we have some people that's like, seems dangerous. Then we have like Noise Marrow here. It's like, I think it's fine. It doesn't combo with Narset like Dark Bargain does. We have half of us saying it's strong. The other half is like, scrap. It's not even better than Wheel of Fortune. All right, we'll give it a pass on that mark. I think it's dangerous. I think it's ludicrous. But that's just me. And there's another bunch of people here who think otherwise. All right, next up, we got Surefire Selves, Hall of the Unsolved Mysteries. Like, who wrote on that bathroom stall? And why do they keep updating what they say on that bathroom stall every 2 weeks? Okay, Hall of Unsolved Mysteries is a 4-mana... It's a clue in itself. It's an artifact. I think is that the first time, like, clue is in the type of a spell, not a token? At the beginning of your upkeep, shuffle your library, then exile the top card face down. Each opponent looks at that card, then reveals their hand and discards a card that shares a card type with it if able. Guess the name of the exiled card, then turn it face up. If you guess right, put put it onto the battlefield if it's a land card, or cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a non-land card. This is too many words. Otherwise, put it on put it on the bottom of your library and investigate. What the hell? And then on top of that, pay 2, sack this artifact, draw a card. What is even the flavor here? What is even the flavor? I don't get it. This is this is the wordy card of the day. I take it back. I want to I'm gonna delete this thing, and then we're gonna put it back on there again. You really need to know your commander deck to play this card. So much work to do there. Yeah, I know. At the beginning of our upkeep, I'm gonna we gotta shuffle our deck every upkeep. That's awful. Then exile the top card face down. Everyone has to look at the card and reveal their hand and discard a card that shares a card type with it, if able. Oh, guess the name. Then I have to guess the name of my own exiled card. Turn it face up. If I guess right, I get to put it onto the battlefield if it's a land card, or cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a non-land card. Like, basically, if I just stack it on the top of my deck with, like, Brainstorm, I'll know exactly what it is. Otherwise, you put it on the bottom of your library and investigate. I have no idea how to make this card make a little bit of damn sense. Alchemy card, not fun in paper. Yeah, okay, I could be fine with alchemy. So you put the top card face down, then guess it based on the clues you get from your opponents. Oh my god. I wish you had something like... I wish you did something like... I don't know how to force people. It's like exile the top card of your library face up to your opponents. They look at it. They have to reveal a card that shares a card type with it. Otherwise, they have to discard a card. And then, like, I don't know, if you can guess the card, then you just put it in your hand or something like that. This is like, it's just so busy. It melts my brain. I like the idea of you, like, you know, trying to guess the card based on the clues. Although most of the time, you'll probably know exactly what's on top of your deck because you cheated it on top. You cheated it! This is the best I could do to keep it within the rules. Well, what's with the otherwise put on the bottom of your library and investigate? What's up with all this other stuff? Okay, so I'm gonna say it's fine. But good God, I would not want to have to actually, you know, cast and resolve this thing. Mr. DC! It's Mr. DC to you! What do we got? One last card from me. The Zix. I'd like to buy a vowel. Okay, Mr. DC. This is a Golgari for a 0/1 insect. First strike. No, it will not. Trample and Death Touch. Okay, you know what? Okay, so we have a first striking, trampling, death touching, indestructible 0/1. Would this see play? Do you know what, actually? It probably will see play. If nothing else, it is like the most powerful blocker in the game. If nothing else. I don't know, it may be a danger. I like it's a Voltron commander. Absolutely broken? How so? That's a fun card in Commander. It's basically Rograk. No, whoa. Rograk was for free. This card seems like a Bogle's deck staple for Golgari. Oh, you could be right. And it actually is more dangerous because it's really hard to kill this thing. You can't, like, blow it up with engineered explosives or sweepers or anything, really. Oh, you can exile it, though. Like, one Swords to Plowshares and poof, it's gone. There's a reason Wizards has never put Death Touch and Trample on the same card. Yeah, but this is the first time it has 0 power. What the hell? What misinformation are you spreading here? Nikachu used to be homeless. He's come so far, has a successful channel, and stopped doing droogs. What do you mean stopped? I never started. Okay, this plus insult artifact is nice. I think Wizards avoids indestructible creatures this cheap for a reason, though. Yeah, imagine, like, this card probably is fine at, I think it's quite hilarious at First Strike, Trample, and Death Touch, but might be borderline, I don't want to say, like, broken, but, like, indestructible for 1 mana is very frustrating because you just have, like, the best blocker possible. I mean, it's the ultimate wall, right? Why have a, like, 3 mana 0/7 wall when you can just play this 1 mana 0/1? Is it 2 hours? Not on... Now it's 2 hours. We've hit the 2-hour mark. And that can only mean one thing, chat. Now that we've hit 2 hours, we have ourselves a bingo. Can I draw the bingo? Is that possible? Okay, so that will be worth 1 freebie at the end of all the freebies. Let's go for 5 hours. No, please don't. Don't do it, chat. Don't do it. So I am gonna. Okay, so if you remove indestructible, this is an easy pass. If you keep indestructible, it might be fine. It might, but it's not exactly safe. It's definitely not. It's definitely not safe at all. Don't worry, everyone. You can be in line. Don't worry. There's gonna be bingos. There's a lot of donations for bingos. Donations for everybody. 2 hours is how I describe communism. 2 hours? Nah, it's busted no matter what. It can't even kill anything. It's just a 0/1. Welcome, Banovsky. You might have come at just the right time. Okay, next up. We're going to go look at... okay, we have a donation to chat from Noisemero. Who wants a donation? I believe it was... Who just spoke up, actually? It's dono time. It's dono time. It's dono. Banovsky wants one. Okay, you've got Rift Jump. Rift Jump. Dimension. Sorry, is this it? Yeah, it's Rift Jump. Which is actually called the Dimensional Rift Dive. It's a 2-mana instant. Exile target creature. At the beginning of the next phase, you may pay a white. If you do, return that creature to the battlefield under its owner's control. Also, it can be like a blink. So it can be exile your stuff, but blink my stuff. At the beginning of each upkeep, if this card is plotted, you lose 1 life. I don't get it. So when you plot something, can it just stay there for forever until you want to play the card? I didn't know that. I thought like when you plot it, maybe I'm just like maybe conventionally whenever someone plots a card, they always play it on the next turn. But I didn't know that. It's 1 droog you're addicted to, caffeine. Yeah, and I still do it. You know what? I tried to get rid of caffeine, actually. I tried to dump the caffeine. I was like, I don't know, the coffee just didn't feel right. Almost felt sick. So I've added some caffeine back, and now I'm better than ever. Better than Swords to Plowshares? Well, not really, right? So you have to, it's a 2-mana thing. So it's at least 2 mana. Exile target creature. That's definitely on rate for anything else in this game. At the beginning of your next main phase, at the beginning of the next phase, you can pay a white, and if you do, you just turn it back. So that's like 3 mana. Have I smoked weed? Nope, I've never. When I'm like 70 years old, I'll try it. When basically I have no motivation to do anything anymore, I'll mellow out. It's a very strong removal spell. It's 2 mana to exile a card. I don't know, maybe it's above rate for 2 mana. Usually like exiling creatures for 2 mana comes at some sort of downside, so maybe this is stronger than I think it is. It's 2 mana exile and unconditional 3 mana blink. I think this is totally fine. Once people are 65 plus, all drugs should be legal. It's an interesting way of looking at it. Yeah, basically, if you're retired, There probably should still be some restrictions there, but you can loosen some other restrictions. Hear what you're saying. This kicker, yeah, you know what? You could, yeah, you're right. Actually, Bacon Catbug. It's basically kicker with extra steps. Maybe it should be, cult kicker. Okay, that card works though. I think the card works. Too strong for standard, but I think it's fine for modern commander. I don't get it. And as long as if the card is plotted, you lose 1 life. You're losing life if you use this thing. I think it should say if you don't rather than if you do. Oh, everything is totally fair. Okay, next up, we've got this super chat from Angel. Thank you so much for your super chat, Angel. There was an accidental super chat in the AI stream. Now we're going to have an accidental... This is no accident here. This is a super chat to be donated to. We'll get the real Maxim with Monster Train. We can pick anything from here. Monster Train Precon Commanders Part 1. Speaking of trains, a YouTube channel that I'm following now, it's like, would you ride the train? Here, we'll look at the first one here. It's a train with a camera on it, and it's riding through cats. There's a bunch of cats everywhere. There's these giant cats because it's like this model train set. Would you take this train? And the cats are like batting around these train sets as it's trying to drive through. I'm sure somebody else in chat knows what I'm talking about. Just look up cat and train. Dracon is like, yo, I love this game. This is a game? Fel, Uniter of the Banished. This is a 3-mana 0/3 Angel Warrior. Wow, that's actually on point. We just got a super chat from someone named Angel, and now we're making Angel Warriors here. Double Strike and Haste. Oh, this is like the last card. We've got these strong abilities on a 0-power creature. And it also has Unchained. Whenever Fel and at least one other creature you control become tapped or untapped, you get an experience counter. Makes sense. You are in the red zone, you get stronger. Fel gets +1/+1 for each experience counter you have. That works! This, by the way, is definitely in the top 5 most real cards of all the Magic the Gathering cards. You know, most of you guys, I have nothing against your cards, but they're very custom Magic the Gathering cards. If you put a gun to my head to tell me, was this custom made, or was this is this an actual card made by Wizards of the Coast? I would say this looks like something that comes out of a Commander Precon. It's a roguelite card game. What does roguelite mean? I find that term is just weird to me. Roguelite. Is there rogue heavy? Bingo alert, 5 words in a card name. That's right. 5 words in card name. We're getting close to another bingo. Oh my god, there's a dono for, oh my, we basically got there. Okay, there's a million donos. This is definitely, that's definitely another bingo. Oops. Whatever, that's okay. We have 2 bingos. Yeah, it's not Rogue Rough. That's right. Okay, what, roguelite means permadeath with meta progression. The hell does that mean? But not turn-based like a roguelike? Is there also roguelike? Oh, it's roguelike is what I was thinking of anyway. Roguelike is the OG genre. Roguelite is the easier version of roguelike. You know, that didn't make it easier on me. I don't even know what roguelike means. Bingo 2 times. Well, I was accounting for a card in the past. Those are 2 different games. I guess I just gotta look up what a roguelite are. Not all roguelites are turn-based. Doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, this card is a fantastic card. It's a beautiful card to see. And also, I guess you can really hoof someone with this thing if you just want to pump it up on turn 1. Next up, we've got Okay, Spectral Maniac has a adaption from Shadowverse plus a dono. All right, we're going to give a dono to somebody else here. Who else wants a dono? Bolt, you got a dono card? You are not getting a dono, Bacon Cat Bug. In fact, you've like donated a million things. We got 4 more donos from Big Mike. Unbelievable. Oh, I keep using the sound effect here. Oh, sorry, you don't have 4 donos. You're actually betting 2. Okay, so you'll get 2. Let me get 1 more dono from chat. You got nothing? I'm giving you a free dono. You can have anything. Okay, hold on. Is there anyone here? Okay, we have Z-Man. Did you have a card? I can't remember if you donated. I guess no. Okay, you get the donation. Homemade soup. Z-Man, you have no idea how hungry this is making me. This looks delicious. This is the first time I'm looking at a magic card and it's like, this is making me hungry. 1 mana for a food. Pay 2. Tap. Sack this artifact. Target player gains 1 life, then chooses 1. Remove all poison counters from the player, or poison counters can't be placed on the player till the end of turn. Target player gains 1. And so basically, it's like a food that heals us. Because we remove all the poison counters from us, or poison counters can't be placed on the player till end of turn. It's funny. Or it can protect us. Eat your soup, everybody. Removing poison is a big no-no. Can't do that. But you can remove counters, can't you? Banned, we can't remove poison counters. Wait, is this a meme or something? Plan to make a precon for each of the 10 clans? That sounds like a good idea. Okay, removing poison is something Wizards of the Coast has explicitly stated won't ever happen, and leeches was a mistake. Well, then it at least happened once. So it's going to happen again. Homemade soup. So can you remove infect? I don't get it. Can't you remove all the counters? Okay, so hold on. Let me get this straight. We can remove all the counters from a player, but we can't remove specific counters, specifically poison counters. Is that the thing? So they just wouldn't make something this specific? Or is it like I don't get it. I swear there's a card that says you can remove counters from all players. And players can't get counters or something like that. I didn't get sick. The food is making me hungry. There are no cards that remove all counters from players. Who is the player? Well, us. Interesting. Okay. I would assume that such a thing would have existed, but you guys are the specialists, not me. I've been reviewing custom cards for 4 years. I have no idea what I'm talking about, even 4 years in, or 5 years. I think we've maybe I can't remember how long we've been doing this. Probably Steve Cooper probably knows what. Steve Cooper would be the only person that would know when this thing started. There is cards that remove counters from target player, I believe. What is it, Bryce? That's the $1 million question. Might be thinking of Solemnity. No, I swear there was something that removed counters, but I could be dead wrong. Maybe it's just counters from all all permanents or something like that. Thought it was from players. Or maybe I've done so many custom card shows that there were several cards that remove counters from players. No, it definitely wasn't leeches. It was something other than leeches, like a white card or something. Either way, this has to gain 3 life or it can't be called a food. You know what? I approve of that comment. That's a good idea. Okay, let's get another dono in. Okay, let's just... I don't want to forget Bryce here. So Bryce... Where's Bryce? Bryce wanted a dono. Bryce, what was your card? All of a sudden, I missed you. Okay, Bryce, I guarantee you get one of these. Oh, Red Urborg? Okay. And I'll get Sulfim, I'll give you the other one. Okay, so let's go with Red Urborg. Is it just that? It's literally just Red Urborg? Fiery Pit. It's a land. Each land taps for red in addition to its other types. In addition? What? So hold on, it's 2? Is that gonna be like insane? So but it's everybody's land. That's crazy. This could be this is gonna heat up the game real quickly. So basically everybody gets to everybody gets to tap for 2 mana. Sun Cleanse, remove count from opponents only. Ah, that's what that you're absolutely right. That's exactly what that was exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah, good one, Pedge man. Thank you very much. It's definitely what I was thinking of. I knew counters could be removed from players. I just didn't understand the circumstances. That's just Yawgmoth / Urborg. No, this is different. It's like red Urborg, but you can't say mountain because of Valakut. No, this is not. The way you're wording it, each land taps for red in addition to its other types. Oh, I see. Okay, no. Okay, I thought this was doubling the mana. So I guess it's just like, why couldn't you just word it like Urborg? It does add extra red? I can't tell. Is this adding an extra red or not? I feel like it is. Each land taps for red in addition. I think the way you wanted it is like each land can tap for red in addition to its other types, because otherwise it looks like it's worded. It's just tapping. If you tap for blue, it also taps for red at the same time, which would be just crazy. Did we already get it don't grammar space? We already got it. Yeah, we already did that one. The way it's worded sounds like it adds an extra red. That's what I'm saying. And I think it would be fine, actually. I think. Because it says each land. So it also affects your opponents, which probably... Like this card doesn't even tap for red, actually, the way it's worded. It's literally just a colorless do-nothing land. This land doesn't tap for anything. The way I'm reading it. Urborg and Cabal Coffers is already a thing and fine. Oh, yeah. That's true. That's totally true. I wouldn't be worried about it. Anyway, I like this card as it's worded. If it does what we think it does. And that is just tap for 2 mana. I like it. Okay, Solfem. What did you have, Solfem, for a card? Gotta dig in. We got Nox. You got Nox for us? Fort Nox. We got, ooh, big spider. Okay, Nox, a 5 mana 2/5 insect horror flying. At the beginning of your end step, create a 0/1 colorless insect drone creature token with non-token insects you control have ward 1. And for 3 mana, tap, sack 2 insect tokens, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each insect you control. Those creatures gain menace until end of turn. It's good for your insect drone deck, I suppose. It's also good for your spider deck. Can you put this in a Spider-Man deck? There's spiders. You know, hold on. He's called Human Spider, but not an insect. The Spider-Man. People are talking about how Valakut is broken. Valakut is hella strong. Don't worry, it's not that big of a deal. But like Scapeshift into Valakut and like a red Urborg would be like totally fine. Or would it? Maybe it wouldn't, because then Scapeshift is just a 1-card combo. Whereas... No, but it's already a 1-card combo, basically. Spiders are its own thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. Spiders aren't insects. They're arachnids or whatever. They're not in the insect family. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah. This is not the first time we've talked about that. We've been here before. So at the end step, I like that you have the end step trigger, so that you're definitely going to get some value out of this thing no matter what. And 3 mana tap, sack 2 insect tokens. We're sacking our babies here. To put 2 +1/+1 counters on each insect you control. Those creatures gain menace until end of turn. This is all very fair. And you know what? Now that you like mention it, I don't know how many end step triggers there are in this game, but there probably should be more. Especially when you like make things like this, where it's like a 0/1. You're making like some somewhat harmless creature a counter. just give us the ability immediately. So it's like it's almost like an ETB, but not exactly an ETB. I think a red Urborg would break amulets. Maybe we got to be careful, but I doubt it. Everyone's talking about the scape shift. Would red Urborg break the game because of Valakut and scape shift and amulet and primeval titan? You gotta let us all know in the comments section below. There is absolutely donos left for you, and I'll tell you why. Because Big Mike is paying today. Okay, let's first we're gonna go through both of Big Mike's cards, and then you can have one, Anna. Let's go through the Ossuary Evangelist. Are we doing this again? Did you like fix it or something? I swear we've done the Ossuary. This Ossuary sounds very familiar to me. Also an extra $10 for whoever. That's right. We can donate that to 2 people. One of them being Anna. Okay, we are. This is triple white or 6 generic for a 2/3 skeleton cleric who's in a party apparently. A lifelink. Other skeletons you control have lifelink. They have no life. They're dead already. They're a skeleton, for crying out loud. Did we do this one last time? The name sounds familiar. Tap the next time target non-skeleton creature you control would die this turn. Instead, remove all damage and counters from it. That creature becomes a white skeleton convert and loses all other colors and types. I actually don't remember this card. The name sounds familiar, but the actual card does not. It becomes a white skeleton convert. Well, I might have done it as a dono by accident. But I honestly don't remember it. I don't remember it. But Bacon Catbug maybe has a better memory than me. I'm going to pretend that I'm seeing this for the first time. If we did it last time, it was like at a very, very end of the show. I think it was a freebie. It might have been a freebie. The name sounds very familiar. The Ossuary. But I just don't remember this whole ability. What's with the convert thing? The next time a target non-skeleton creature would die this turn, instead remove all damage and counters from it. The creature becomes a white skeleton convert and loses all their colors and types. So basically, it died. It came back, and it's a skeleton. Cool card. That works. Okay, next up you've got Nightmare with a K. I can't remember, or does that card exist? Is there a Nightmare card? I have to look it up all of a sudden. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Does Nightmare the Magic card exist? Maybe not. It does not, actually. Interesting. Wizards has never made a card specifically called Nightmare. New creature type? I think we already have the new creature type. Oh, we don't? The new creature, the type convert? What did we have somewhere else? Custom keyword. Okay, whatever. All right, new creature type. You know what that means, everybody? It means we got another bingo on our hands. Bingo number 3. Just a reminder, everyone. Just max 5 freebies from the bingo card. I'm sure if we did this long enough, you could nail off the entire bingo card, and then I'd owe how many? 1, 5, 10, 12 cards? Yeah, 12 cards. That's terrible. I'm not doing that. Yeah, we got a triple bingo. Okay, Nightmare. Double black for a 2/2 Nightmare Knight. Say that 10 times fast. First strike, Threshold. As long as there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, this creature has flying. Oh! Has flying and base power and toughness, each equal to the number of swamps you control. This is incredible! What a card! It's melding was it Black Knight and Nightmare together into one card. This is a great idea. I think this is very cool. So basically, if we reach Threshold, we have like literally a Nightmare. The only difference is this doesn't have protection from white. This is very cool though. This is very cool. This is a very cool idea. This is like exactly the type of card that they might make in like a Modern Horizons set where they put those throwbacks in there. I think this is a great idea too. It's the most unoriginal idea I've ever had, and it works so good. I think it's original. I mean, I get it. I think you've perfectly blended two cards together into something very unique and new. And frankly, the old cards are worthless. This card actually could possibly see play. You know, you could end up having a 2-mana 2/2 flying. Sorry, a 2-mana like 7/7 flyer or something. If you know what I mean. Okay, now we got more donos. Okay, who needs donos? We now have 3 donos. We're gonna go through the Big Mike super chats. Anna wants a dono. Alden Tate. Leader of the Dustmen. Sawdust? Also, I hope you can make exceptions so you can get a card since you asked for it and basically made it on the previous show, the Coral Spirit Guide. I'm sure I have a feeling I know what that is. Hold on. I'll spend 2 seconds on it, but I'm 100% sure I know what it is. Okay, Alden Tate, Leader of the Dustmen, is a 3-mana 2/3 human artificer conduit. Whenever one or more non-token artifacts you control die, create a junk token. That's a real token. That's not a new token. I keep forgetting what it is. So it's an artifact, tap, sack it, exile the top card of your library. You can play the card this turn, but only activate it as a sorcery. For 2 mana, tap, sacrifice any number of junk. Hey, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Create an XX colorless junk golem artifact creature token with trample, where X is the number of junk sacrificed. I love it. I love it. Basically, you're making something useful out of the scrapyard. Definitely, one person's junk is another person's treasure to this card. Noise Marrow and Maxim are still arguing over the land. Bryce, what have you done? What have you done, Bryce? You started something. And it's all like strategic opinion, and it's like all theoretical strategic opinion, I'm sure. It's not a rules-based thing. You can clean up the wording by saying sacrifice X junk. Oh yeah, okay. Sacrifice any number of junk. That's correct. You can sacrifice X junk. Does this count for the too much X on the bingo space? How many X's do we have? X, X, X. I need to see like one more instance of that. If it was worded properly as the real Maxime suggested, then it would be too many X. Otherwise, we have 2 instances of X. Oh, is 2 too much? It doesn't seem like a whole lot to me. Okay, this is a very nice card. This is cool. I like the use. I like the throwback. We're bringing back junk. Junk is going to be fashionable again. Junk is going to be in. It's not a completely useless type of card. And we have the Coral Spirit Guide, the 3-mana 2/2 Merfolk Spirit. Exile Coral Spirit Guide from your hand to add a blue. Broken. Super broken. I would love it. But too broken. Okay, we have another super chat on behalf of Big Mike, who has not got a card, is interested in a super chat. I want donuts. Is that a card? Donuts. Is this one word? I don't even know if this is even a card. Cards show up, but there is no such thing as donuts card. I've been fooled. You got a million cards, damn it. Draconic didn't get any card. Remnant of the Dragon. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, you get a super chat. Remnant of the Dragon. What does that mean? Oh, it's making joke because you spoke of donos. Don't talk about food too much. You're gonna make me hungry. Oh, now I'm craving donuts. Oh, it's like minus 30 degrees outside. I don't really want to walk to a Tim Hortons to get those donuts. Okay, we have a 5-mana enchantment. What is with the... I can just see by the wording of this thing. Your dragon creatures have ward 1 for each of their colors, which is usually going to be 4 or 5. whenever a dragon you control enters, if you cast it, or if it entered during combat, oh, because you like attack and put a dragon in play. Choose 1 X times, where X is the number of different colors of that dragon. We need to put this song on twice. Gain X life, draw a card, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard, deal X damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker, put a +1/+1 counter on up to X target creatures. You can't choose the same mode more than once. This applies only while the ability is triggering. What the hell is going on? This is too much X. Is this enough X? This is enough X. That's a lot of X over there. Good God. I got Butterfinger ice cream candy bars, but donuts sound really... My favorite is the coconut donuts. I want some coconut donuts. What the hell did this card do? So the dragons are basically indestructible. Basically, they all have ward 4 or 5, which is on the same rate of what's the bozo called? The turtle. The Blastoise artifact creature. And then like if the thing enters, you get all these abilities. Choose 1 X times, where X is the number of different colors on the dragon. Are we crazy? Are we crazy here? Oh, coconut is my favorite. Coconut donuts. Nothing beats coconut in my mind, especially the chocolate coconut. What's your favorite savory food? I don't know. Like pizza or something. What do I savor over? Oh, maybe Middle Eastern like food, like a sort of like a kebab platter of some sort. Kappa Cannoneer, that's right. It has this card gives all creatures the power of Kappa Cannoneer, and then basically everything is like a super Omnath when it enters the battlefield. Not to mention, you know, dragon players, they put like tons of dragons in play at once. They don't put 1 dragon in play, they put 1 million. So this just shawarma, there we go. It's usually not chicken, it's usually beef or lamb. I actually prefer the lamb, but I'll take the beef too as well. Ooh. Well, let's talk about food. You're punishing me, chat. You're punishing me. Okay, I think this card at danger. It's a clunky card. But like you just have to play this thing first, and then any dragon, like any dragon following this up, it just slaps. Just play this plus like Niv Mizzet afterwards. And like you're like it's like GG at that point. You're gonna gain a bunch of life, draw a billion cards. Draw cards. All these abilities are incredible. Benjamin Berkey loves the lamb. Yeah, big fan of... But you need a good restaurant. Some restaurants, they're losing their way. I do like the shawarmas, though. Okay, next. Okay, so that does it for the super chats from Big Mike. We have another super chat. We got from Rose Kitty. Uncommon for draft by Rose. On break for a few minutes. We'll watch later. Okay, we have uncommon for draft. This is the first time someone actually designed a card specifically for draft. I don't hear that very often. So we have Telesatic Drifter. It's a 3-mana 2/2 construct fish wizard. Flying armor compromised. When this creature dies, create a 1/1 red and blue human wizard creature token. Oh, I get it. So like you lose the armor and then, you know, it's like Samus. She lost her armor and then she, you know, it's just Samus in the end. Electrostatic Discharge for triple blue, exile Telesatic Drifter from your graveyard. Draw 2 cards, activate this only as a sorcery. Exile Telesatic from your graveyard, draw 2 cards. I like that. I like that second ability. Yeah, that's good value. I'm just wondering, could this actually see play? Yeah, it's probably not strong enough to see actual, like, competitive play in Constructed. It's close, though, especially the discard ability. I mean, the card from the graveyard. 0 Suit Samus, that's right. Oh, is that what it's called? That's what she called? I never played, what was it called? Metroid. I just didn't like the aesthetic. I didn't like anything about it. It just wasn't my thing. You like Bird Wizard? Get ready for Fish. Yeah, this is Fish Wizard. Bird Wizard is my I am also a big fan of Bird Wizard. It's a fish? Well, a construct fish wizard. Why is a fish? I don't get it. It's like a fish now. It's okay, so it's a fish in the suit. That's a human outside the suit. Or is it? 1/1 red and blue human wizard creature? Yeah, it's a regular creature afterwards. There are 28 cards made explicitly for drafting in the game so far from the 2 conspiracies. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That is very, very, very true. Okay, next up, we have Bacon Catbug donated more. Second donated Pegman because I really want to see the Mam... Hold on, what is it? Mammy Zo Trickster Tanuki. What the hell is that? Okay, Tanuki. Okay, this is... Are we gonna see a movie or something? Is a movie gonna pop up? There it is. Oh, wow! That deserves a wow. It's a 5-mana 3/4. It's a raccoon shapeshifter. What's up with here? Oh says, I'm with you on Metroid, not my cup of tea. I mean, the gameplay might have been great. I just couldn't get into it because of the aesthetic. Okay, Mamizo Trickster Tanuki, 5-mana raccoon shapeshifter, 3/4. Whenever Mamizo or another face-up raccoon or shapeshifter enters, cloak the top card of your library. If a face-down creature you control would be dealt damage, exile it instead. Then return it to the battlefield under your control. It gains haste, and sacrifice this at the beginning of your end step. So we can cloak top cards. A face-down creature control would be dealt damage. We just so we exile it, and it comes back, but then we have to sacrifice it. Does it have a second side, or is this it? Can we have... oh, this is the same card. Oh, it's all the same card. Okay. That was a big super chat. Who are you calling a raccoon? Yeah, I was sort of well, honestly, I was expecting this card to transform. Just like in Mario 3, there was the Tanuki suit that made you transform into different statues. Yeah, these are the alt. Oh, you want to look at all the alt arts? I mean, my favorite art is always the one that's animated. And we've got a waifu art. We got a beautiful waifu art. Then we also have another waifu art, probably studying for her college exam. Oh, and there is an actual raccoon in the background for Steve Cooper, for anyone who likes it. Flavor failed. Tanuki cards and MTG are dogs, not raccoons. I never thought, are they dogs? Maybe they are dogs. Benjamin says, Super Metroid is a masterpiece. I recommend you give it a try now that you're older. You might change your mind. The aesthetic matters to me. I wasn't really big into Star Fox either. Frankly, I thought Star Fox was a bit creepy. Stevie and Cooper. Okay, there is definitely a super chat extra here because like Bacon Catbug definitely overpaid. You got like 2 cards today, and you're like donating against the rules to extend the show. Okay, do we have anyone who has not got a card yet? Okay, I'll give another one to Maxime, I guess. No one else has something else from the Monster Train cards? Okay, we'll get... If anyone has not got a second card, second, not a third, you can suggest something. Let's look at the Monster Train. Okay, we have a 5-mana 2/5 called the Lord Phoenix, Greedy Opportunist. This is a Dragon Advisor. Phoenix Fire for a red tap. Exert Lord Phoenix. He deals damage to target creature equal to his power. Put a Puregal counter on up to 2 other target creatures. If that creature would take damage, instead it takes that much damage plus the amount of Puregal counters on up to 2 other target creatures. Oh, I see. So like they're more sensitive to damage as long as they have the counters on them. And then we have Pure Maniac. If one or more Puregal... I'm definitely not pronouncing this. We're not done. We're not done, I swear. We're not done. We're on our way. But we're not done. Pure Maniac. If one or more Puregal... How do I pronounce this? Pyre? Maybe it's Pyre gel counters would be put on a creature that many +1 are put on it instead. Huh? So like, what is the point of this thing? This is the only Pyre gel counter card in the world, or maybe it's not. Maybe you're making more of them. It's pronounced Pyre, like fire gel. Pyre gel. Benjamin Burke is like, Tanukis are in fact related to wolves and foxes, not raccoons. Well, then Pedgeman didn't do the homework. Pyre gel. This is a precon commander. So this card works. This card also the ability slaps. So basically, if you're making creatures more sensitive, they're basically gonna die. So like when you put these counters on those creatures, if they just take like 1 point of damage, they're dead. That's the way I'm interpreting this. They're making them more sensitive. You know what would be interesting though? If you could put these on players, that would be fascinating. I don't know how, like, and maybe the player one costs a lot more because of course you're just gonna like really compound damage dealt to a very particular player. It'd be very rude. But I like the idea. And you know what I like also about it? It's actually clear. The only thing unclear about is how to pronounce this damn thing. Okay, we have one more freebie from bingo. We have because we had a third bingo. Noise Marrow says, interesting, it increases Pyrogel counters given when it's the only source of Pyrogel count. Well, that's what I was saying at first, but maybe there are future cards and other cards that will support Pyrogel. I think Nikachu should have custom card streams every week instead of every other week. I hear that a lot, Toilet Duck. I hear that a lot. Maybe we'll just take a random card from the Discord. Okay, I'm gonna take a random card from the Discord. People who are people are posting, but they don't get their card. Well, today's their day. I just have to get past all the most latest posted cards. There's so many of them. The Handyman. No, that's not good. No, those are all Bacon Cat Bug. That's Pedgeman. How far do I have to dig until we get to some new original cards? Pyrefox. I don't think Pyrefox got anything today. Okay, we got the Worldly Fairness for 2 mana. It's an enchantment. We've got for 2 mana, remove all counters from target creature you control and target creature and opponent controls. Those creatures lose all abilities until end of turn and fight each other. Activate only once since your last upkeep. I like this card. This is basically, hey, let's duke it out. Bare knuckles style. I think it works out perfectly well. This goes hard with... Does it? Hard with Lorwyn. Remove all counters from target creature. Oh, what? Because you can get rid of the blight counters? I know this is off topic, but why did they change Cephalid to Octopus? I have no idea. They might have tried to simplify things. They never talk about Cephalids, but they always talk about octopuses. Just a few minutes, and this is gonna make it oh my god. Well, it's not a few minutes to a 3-hour stream, but we're on our way. Not that that's unusual. Should detach equipments and remove auras. Oh yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, it could. So basically, equipment and auras still stand. Who the hell would go... Well, who the hell would fight under those circumstances? I'm going to look at my profit after today's show. Maybe we'll have some weekly customs. It's just going to be awkward if I'm, like, on vacation. Because I do still want to start doing shows on vacation. Ugh, doing custom card shows on vacation? That's insane. But maybe it still can be done. Okay, I like this card. Okay, do you know what? I feel bad for Mercenary. Mercenary just came in. Mercenary of the Void. All right, we'll look up Mercenary of the Void. Oh, you said you just posted it? Where the hell is it? Well, where is it? Well, it's not in the custom card section? You put in the coffee crew section? I don't see it. Anyway, I don't see it. Okay, that's it. That's gonna be that's the end of today's show. Hold on, of the void. Mercenary of the Void. What if I just look up of the void? Does it show up? No, such card does not exist. It would be awesome to have weekly custom streams, as I have 20 monster train cards. You've only seen 2 so far, and there are more coming in the future. You're the. It sounds like you are a future Majra. It's not here. Did you post it on Reddit? We don't look things up on Reddit. Well, it's gonna have to wait for another day. That's it. We went through all the donos. We went through Did we go through all the donos? We've gone through all the donos are done. I think it's a positive that real-world animal types that show up on big monsters coincide with the end. Okay. It's a good. You have to post it in the custom card section. Where's the custom card section? Where are you posting these things? I give you 5 seconds. There's a custom MTG cards thread. RIP peace. Where is the? I can't even look it up. It doesn't exist. I have no idea where you're posting it. All right, maybe it's on the coffee chat. It's not even here. It's not here. Nothing. We got nothing. Okay, next time. Gotta be prepared, mercenary. Be prepared. There's a custom MTG channel. Don't worry, we do this still every second week. But we do have we do Coffee and MTG every single weekday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. Like so many people here, so many people like Frosty. We got Jess, we got Bacon Catbug, Steve Cooper. Of course, we have Mercenary, who was a little slow to the draw. Noise Marrow, Benjamin Berkey, Pedgeman. What we got? Jeff. We got Anna. We have Bolt, the real Maxim, of course. Pedgeman, the very iconic user over here. And many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you at the next cup.